Moving by trike. Here we go.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone.
What is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. I'm Richie Rich.
And this is Cheng joining you for today's live stream.
We're joining them.
I'm joining you guys because last Wednesday I missed you all.
Got it. Okay, all right.
Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for joining us for today's live stream. Let's wait until people start coming in. Now we have Morris in the house, and also we have Anders here. Obi-Wan is also here, and of course you and me both.
All right.
Now, before we jump in today's live stream, today's topic is very interesting because we're going to talk about our relationship after 3 years. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, there's some ugly.
Yeah, there's a lot of ugly. But, of course, it's not you and me. We're beautiful.
What you tell it?
Now, before we jump in, don't forget that this is a call-in live stream, but calls, the lines will be open at 9:30. So give us a little time for us to give us our take. And at the same time, we have a poll question that's already on the screen, shown on the screen. What matters most after 3 years in a relationship? So you can answer, type in 1 if you think it's respect, type 2 if you think it's love, compatibility for 3, and loyalty and trust for 4. So give us your answers. So again, in case you forgot the number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, 415-490-8030. Call us in and give us your take. And of course, most importantly, you know, thank you so much to everyone who gives us support through super chats, and thank you for supporting the channel. Yes, and comments and watching the video. Feel free to give us any super chat if you you know, we won't be mad at you guys for sending us super chat.
If you like the show, we always appreciate any kind of contribution, and that's it.
Yes,
that's it. Yeah,
thank you so much.
Okay. All right, anything else?
I think that's it. Is Lickrick here?
No, I think he's at the ball game.
Oh, okay. So it's just you and me, and of course we also have joining us tonight. We have 4NA and Bruce M2. So good morning. And
what's happening, guys?
So let's answer the poll question. What do you think is what matters most after 3 years in a relationship? I'll answer first. For me personally, I think it's respect. It's respect because when you respect your partner, there's loyalty and trust. I think loyalty and trust comes in. I think compatibility is your initial part of the initial attraction. You won't be with that person if you think you don't have that chemistry, you don't vibe, you're not really compatible. You'll figure it out in the first few months. And I think love, that's a given. I think that's a given. What do you think?
I think 1 and 4.
1 and 4.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both because I think respect. I think respect is super important. You know how I feel about respect, and I also think loyalty and trust is super important. I really think that they kind of all go together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's talk about the good in the relationship.
Okay, yeah, let's start with the good.
Of course, we start when delivering news. What do you want to deliver first, the good news or the bad news?
You deliver whatever you want to deliver.
Okay, so all right, so let's talk about the good. Okay, so I think what's good about our relationship is that we started it and we didn't really started out as dating.
No,
we started as working together. And what's good about it is that as we learn how YouTube works, we also learned each other. So as we navigate how the process of doing YouTube videos, uploading and all that stuff, and things about the algorithm, we kind of we are learning our own algorithm.
Right.
So how are you when it comes to work ethic and how you want things done? Especially like, for example,
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
So what did you learn about? Are there differences between us?
Oh, of course, a lot of differences between us. I think the first one that was ironed out real quick was the time. The time, because of course we time arriving on the venue or arriving at the place
So
of
we're
work.
talking about being on time.
Being on time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so being on time. And I think that
So what was the difference? What did we iron out?
that when we say be on time, it doesn't mean that you're on the way or you're still on the shower.
That means be effing on time.
Yeah, be on time.
Or
Be there.
early.
Be early or
yeah.
be there.
That's what it means.
When I ask you 9:30, you be there before, on or before 9:30.
Yeah.
So
Did you have a problem with that in the beginning?
Oh yes. I think I wasn't really that super late, like an hour or 30 minutes. That's ridiculous because I also respect time, especially when you're working. But I think, 10 or 15 minutes late, especially when I don't give you a heads up. I don't give you a heads up that I will be a little late or running late. So that, immediately like ruins the production mood, because I wasn't on time. So, yeah, so I think a few experiences is enough for me to realize that, you know what? From now on, I'll be on time.
I need to be on time.
I need to be on time.
Few experiences is what it took.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because,
how'd that work out? So why don't we, instead of beating around, why don't we talk about? Thank you, whatever you're doing. Why don't we talk about what we went through? So share it with the audience. This is about our experiences, and so we can share with them so that they can understand and possibly be able to relate to our own experiences. So why don't we share with the audience what we went through?
yes. So apart from being on time, I think another thing.
Well, let's start with being on time.
Being on time.
Yeah, let's start with it. What did we go through?
We went through a lot of talks. What do you call that? Come to Jesus talks. Like, for example, we went, when I was, the first thing that I remember about time is when we're doing the subscriber blitz, or we went to the mall to get subscribers, like literal organic subscribers. So we asked people to subscribe. And then I think I was running late for like 5 or 10 minutes because I couldn't get a tricycle.
Was this only one time?
I think during the subscriber blitz one time, and then I think it happened 3 times. Three times.
And at that time, you lived how far from me?
The same as this one. 10.
About a 10-minute walk.
No. Walk, no.
Okay.
You're further away. So I think like 10-minute trike ride.
Okay.
10-minute trike ride.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I thought, before that, he was just living near me. So I can easily get a tricycle. But I didn't thought about, what if you can get a trike at that time, because it's part of rush hour. So, true enough, I didn't get a tricycle, so I was late. I was late 5 to 10 minutes. And of course, you got a little pissy the first time, but you told me that, you have to be on time. You have to respect.
You got that one for free. You got the first one for free. What about after that?
The second one, I did not communicate with you that I'm already on the train. So also, I think because it was also, every time I come to you or go to you at that time, I think it's always rush hour. So
that would imply that one needs to plan ahead, right?
Yes. So I'll talk about that also later, planning ahead. So, yeah, so I was late again. So, 5 to 10 minutes, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes, don't make it a habit. So, on the third time, I think that's where you set your foot down. That's not respecting me. If you don't respect my time, you're not respecting me as well. So, that's what I learned. So, moving forward, I think I was always either 15 minutes early or 30 minutes early. I'm already waiting at the lobby or venue.
I would say in the last 2.5 years since then, I don't remember a time when you've been late. You might have been late, but at least, in the very least, you called me ahead or you messaged me ahead and said, hey, I'm running late or something's going on or whatever. But I think the message got across. What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
So I think, in all, I think the first thing is that we had to deal with was time, was our time and the difference. I think, and I do call this a poor people's mentality. I'm not saying it's not an accusation or anything like that, but I've found in life that people who are just lollygagging around and just, it's okay, it's cool, but they're not concerned about time. And to me, time is money. Time is money. Time is the most valuable commodity I have.
Yeah.
And mine can't be wasted. You can waste yours, but don't waste mine.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think it's not just learning, or it's not just between you and me, because whatever I learn from you, I transfer to the boys, no? So I think it's a learning experience, not just for me, but I also train the boys that you always have to be on time, something like that. So we talked about, what about you?
What do you think that would be a good life lesson?
Oh, for sure. Because it doesn't only tell you about your personality, that how you respect other people's time, but also people will look at you or will respect you the same because you are on time. You are respectful of somebody else's time also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so what's the next thing?
So I think the next thing, you mentioned this earlier, is I think preparing. So I think I already have everything. So before, it's always just on my mind. So I just think that, oh, what did I miss? But knowing me, my mind is going to different directions all the time. So what I learned is that, you also suggested to me that, why not put a checklist? I have a checklist, but sometimes I don't use it, because...
So what good is the checklist if you don't use it?
That's why now I use it religiously, because, as you grow older, your memory is not as sharp as before.
Yeah, right.
So...
as you grow older.
Yeah, as you grow older. You put some things to do on your tablet, on your cell phone, your notes, and then so that you have to get things done. And especially when preparing the studio, for example, are you sure this is ready? So, and then I would always say, yeah, it's ready. And then I missed something out. So, it ruins, actually, when I'm not prepared, it also boils down to respecting time. Because if I'm not prepared, if I come in and I'm not prepared, that also means that time will be burnt preparing the things that should have been prepared, that should have been done before we started shooting. Right. So I think, yeah.
So I'll talk about the same two things. The first thing with the time, you kind of talked about it. I'm a stickler for time. I'm a as some people out there might know already. I'm a crazy stickler for time.
Lower a little that AC. It's too cold.
Oh, how about that? All right. Sure, no problem. Gotcha. It's just the way it is. When it comes to time, I value time. I'm going to do everything. If we have an appointment, I'm going to do everything I can to be on time, if not early. And if there's any reason I'm going to be late, I'm going to let you know, hey, I'm running about 10 minutes late or something like that. Because there is traffic. Stuff happens here. There's things that are out of your control. So, I mean, being 10 minutes late, that's reasonable. But when you're a half hour late, 40 minutes late, that means you didn't plan well. That means you didn't plan well. Or there's some kind of crazy emergency that happened, because things can happen, but I'm just saying. And then as far as what about the difference in, do you feel like there was a difference in how we work and our work ethic? Yes,
a huge difference when it comes to work ethic. I think when we started, I always try to relate my work ethic to you. He's gonna be okay with this, but it's not. So I think, let's say, for example,
Okay, there you go.
let's say, for example, when I submit a thumbnail, before, I remember this vividly, that I didn't pay attention to the aesthetics, the spacing of this and that. So on the thumbnail, the picture, the spacing of the pictures, and then I'm gonna submit this output. And then, are you sure you checked this? Yeah, I checked it. But then I didn't pay attention to details. So I think that's another thing. Preparing and paying attention to details.
Right. First of all, I'll give you credit though. I'll give you credit. I don't know about you guys, but I think the thumbnails that you make are pretty good. I think there's been, if you look at 2 years ago or 3 years,
Wow.
yeah, there's a huge difference in the quality of the thumbnails that you produce. A huge difference.
Thank you.
Having said that, it's been a process. It has
Yes.
definitely been a process to get to that point where there, because you guys, there's some certain things you have to do, because your thumbnail means everything. The simple thumbnail means everything. You can't do it. I have to do it. There you go. See, I got but it went right back to being dark again. I don't know. Anyway, there's some things you have to do to make a thumbnail right for YouTube to push your video out. If your thumbnail is whack, YouTube is not going to push your video out, and it's really, really important. So you can't have too many people, too much stuff going on in your videos. The color has to be right. A whole bunch of stuff has to be right. The text has to be good. It can't make the text
You can't just make it
You
up.
can't just throw some text in there like somebody used to do. Just throw some crap in there like somebody used to do. It's been a process. Now, high five to you, because
Thank
your
you.
thumbnails are lit now. I think you do a great job with the thumbnails, but it took
a while.
It was definitely a process.
Yes, and I think I'm gonna say, I have to say that before, I think I was also learning how to navigate the tool that I use in creating thumbnails. So I think it took me a while, and at the same time, I really don't understand before. I did not understand the relationship of the thumbnail to our videos. And,
Right.
yeah, so I think I'm just going to put out some thumbnails out there.
Yeah.
I didn't understand
Now,
the relevance.
it matters. It matters a ton.
Yeah.
If the thumbnail is whack, YouTube is not going to put your video out.
Yeah, so I think that
Or they'll put it out, but not but to a very small audience. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, oh, we just need a picture, It doesn't have to be anything, extravagant or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't need to be extravagant, but it has to tell, the
It has to tell a story. It has to tell a story, and it has to be something that the audience will look at and say, wow, I want to watch this video, right?
Exactly.
And if it's just some random picture that isn't telling about what your video is about, then YouTube is just going to say, we're not putting this out. We'll put it out to your audience, to your own subscribers, but we're not going to put this out to anybody else.
Yes.
So therefore, your channel is not going to grow.
So before we proceed, allow me to reread the poll question to you guys. If you just joined in, what matters most after 3 years in a relationship? Type 1 if you think it's respect. Type 2 if you think it's love. 3 for compatibility, and 4 for loyalty and trust.
So what's the poll say?
The poll say so far we have 63% answered loyalty and trust. And then the second is at 25% for respect, and 13% answered compatibility. Nobody answered love.
Got to do with it.
But I think women will answer love.
But we have maybe 3 women in the audience, so there you go. So now you can get a male's point of view and see what matters to a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's continue.
So I think also managing our time better, and because we did some late nights. I think from time to time we still do some late night planning and late night filming. And actually, before, even to now pala, I think that sometimes I always think that we're always working. We don't have time for each other anymore. But now I kind of think about it as any time that I spend with you, any time that I spent with you is, whether it's work, that's time spent with you. So I don't look at it as personal time anymore. I look at it as, you're spending time with this person. So that's considered.
You really don't think we have personal time to spend together? You really don't think we have personal time to spend together?
Not a lot.
No, it's not going to be a lot. You know why? How'd you sleep last night?
8 hours.
How'd you sleep? You sleep good?
Sleep good.
How'd you sleep the night before?
Okay.
Yeah? How'd you sleep the night before that?
Not good.
Exactly. What's the difference? Got a nice comfortable bed to sleep in, right?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you get that bed? Right. Someone's got to grind for you to have a better life, for you to upgrade the things that you want. Someone has to help provide those things, right? Someone's got to do it. Who's going to do that?
You.
And so how do I do that?
Yeah. Bye.
I got to work,
Yes.
right? I got to work. There you go. There you go.
That's why also, honey, that's why I...
Comfy bed?
Comfy bed. Thank you for
okay.
helping me
Yeah,
out.
sure. You got it.
So, I think that before I was too selfish before that, we didn't have time together. We just worked. We didn't have like alone time together, like time to spend together. But now I think about any time that whether we're working or we're doing just random stuff, I always think of it as time spent with you.
I think it's a good mindset. And in truth, I think there's a lot of men who would feel really happy that their woman wants to spend time with them. It's better than her being out in the streets, right? And I appreciate you wanting us to spend time together and do stuff together. And I do try to make time for us. In truth, at least once a weekend, there's time for us that's outside of work, at least once a week. And sometimes during even the weekdays, I make time for us outside of work. But work is work. I think one of the hardest things for men is to find that line. Where is what's more important? Do you work more and make more money, or do you spend more time with your family and not have enough money for the stuff, for the comforts of life?
Yeah, I think I was kind of torn with that too, because I have to work also, but
Right.
time is running, and you don't, because I always have this in mind that tomorrow is not promised to anyone.
I agree.
So if I keep on working, would I regret that time that I didn't spend that time with the boys, that they're growing too fast, and
They're growing fast.
yeah, and I can't turn back the time that mom didn't spend enough time with us. So I think it's hard to keep a balance, especially that you have your own work, I have my own work,
Right.
we work together,
But we have different jobs, though.
yeah, we have different jobs.
When I say different jobs, I mean in the relationship. We have different jobs. What's your job?
My job is to support you,
What's my job?
is to provide and protect.
That's my job, right? So if I don't work, then we got a real problem, don't we? Okay. Right. Okay.
So
But we understand that, though, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and especially, and to those who just joined in our channel, and thank you if you haven't subscribed to our channel.
Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, and we're gonna turn on the phone lines in about 7 more minutes, and we'll start taking calls, and you guys can join in the conversation.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
if you have questions for us, you can ask us the
Yeah,
questions.
actually, that's a good point. Actually, the poll's starting to even out a little bit, right?
I know, right?
Respect and compatibility. Compatibility matters. You can't underestimate that. But but yeah, and as I was going to say, if you have questions, I'm sure some people have some questions about us. As long as within reason, call in and ask us your questions, because the main purpose of this live stream is, I like to keep it real. Some people try to sugarcoat everything and do the unicorns and rainbows thing and make everything like it's super easy and just get your Filipina and everything is great. And all, the world it doesn't work that way. As one of the things that DG and Randy said in the interview we did last week, they had to put in a lot of work.
Yes.
They had to put in a lot of work to make things work and to continue to make things work. You're constantly readjusting, you're constantly learning, you're constantly compromising. And I think that's one of the things that we've had to do in our relationship, is learn how to compromise, learn how to, before this, you said, oh, I think you're a little softer than you used to be, and then you retracted that. But it's a learning thing, and you have to, it can't be this whole dictatorship thing. I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to do what I tell you. It can't be that.
Yeah. So I think I learned that, you know, even though you personally think that you're right, you don't have to say it. You know, there are some things, or there's
What do you do instead? If you think you're right, what do you do?
Just keep quiet.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy.
Yeah, and also, I wait for the time that you ask for my opinion. What do you think? Oh, there, I'm ready. Okay, my opinion is ready.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, your opinions, yeah, they're your opinions, but wait till your opinions are asked. You know, because I think I have suggestions, and I think that when I have suggestions, I feel free. Do you mind if I suggest something to you, and then you're very open to listening to my suggestions? It's really up to you whether you're going to take that suggestion or not, because you're the ones running things, you know. And I understood that, and I think, you know, best policy.
Somebody said love.
Oh,
in the poll.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, I bet if we go through the things, there's a woman in the
maybe Miss Rhoda.
right. Okay, all right, go ahead.
But anyway, so I think that when they see our videos, this is just my personal opinion. When they see our videos, they only see us like having fun in the bloopers. Right. The bloopers are fun. Yeah, the bloopers are funny for sure. Yeah. But you know, they don't see the can we call that arguments? How do you call that?
Discussion. The strong discussion.
The strong discussions.
It's not arguments.
Yeah. Before the live stream, before shooting a video, and sometimes if you are too detailed, and you pay attention to our body language in some of the videos, you will quickly notice that we had a discussion before even doing or before shooting that video. So I think we want our audience to be entertained, and you know, we want you to see the good parts, but of course it's between you and me to see the ugly parts of the...
I don't want to, I mean, we want to entertain, but I also, you know, so many other channels sugarcoat stuff, and then, come to the Philippines, get you a Filipino, and the world is suddenly great. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not telling people, come to the Philippines, everything's gonna be fantastic.
And then I
want people to know that it's going to require work, just like any other relationship. And I would even say it might require more work than other relationships because of the cultural differences.
Go ahead. So
that's what you build. That's what you build in 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I think what Randy said in the interview was that, you know, being with a partner, with a Filipina, is like the same with being with somebody else, but you know, they just speak different language. I think that's...
I don't know. In my opinion, I think it requires a lot more work because of the cultural... it is what it is. There's cultural differences, and it's going to take a lot more patience than it would if you were with somebody from your own culture, probably. It's going to take a lot more... It's going to take a lot more. It will. That's my own opinion, again.
Okay.
Again, what's the next thing? What's the next thing on the list? On the good list.
On the good list, I think it's learning each other's world. I think one reason, I think this is what's on my mind when I started dating a guy or a foreign guy, is because I want to learn the culture of that person.
How many foreign guys you dated?
Like in person? Can we consider online? Because I talked to some guys and then learned their culture, but I realized that words are really important, because in our culture, when you say I dated, that means even if you didn't see each other, you're already dating.
I don't think we really count the online long distance relationship as dating. But we call it. But I know you guys do.
Yeah, we do. And also, so if I'm going to consider like meeting in person, that's you lang. Only you. So, what am I saying? I forgot.
I don't know. You're saying it.
I forgot. Learning each other's culture. So I think I learned really quick that our cultures are so different that you're too direct when it comes to communication. And I thought that I spoke good English, but apparently I don't understand sarcasm. I didn't understand sarcasm. I didn't understand humor, and the tenses and also prepositions. Gosh.
And pronouns.
Yeah, so because it's really difficult or challenging to unlearn what you learned. Yeah. And when it comes to conversations, it's sometimes tough to apply. I'm just confident, but it doesn't really mean that my English is perfect.
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not. But
I'm just confident.
But luckily, I understand.
Yeah.
And I think overall the people understand you. Our audience understands you, and I think the biggest thing is people like your energy.
Thank you.
And I always like your energy, even when I'm feeling really, really busy and I got a lot of work stuff going on. A lot of times you come in and kind of pet me up and you start giggling and all that BS, and it is contagious. I'm serious, it is contagious because I'm in the middle of doing a whole bunch of stuff and you come in giggling and cracking jokes and stuff, and sometimes it gets on my nerve, but other times it does work. It does lighten the mood and makes things a lot cooler.
Yeah. Because sometimes, I know that you had a hard day. You had a hard day of work. And sometimes you just need a 2 or 3 minute breather. That's it. So just to lighten up the mood, and then I'll let you be. You do your work. Okay.
All right, you guys. So the poll has changed. 27%.
21%
It's a small poll. Damn.
Love is 7%. Compatibility 14%. Loyalty and trust is 57%.
We should have had all of the above, huh? I bet you if we had all of the above, that would have won.
Can we add another option? I don't think so. 4. Okay, so if you just joined our live stream for today, don't forget that we have a poll here, and we're going to open up the lines in a little bit.
How do they use the poll, hon?
So to answer the question, just type in 1 if you think what matters after 3 years is the relationship, is respect. 2 for love, 3 for compatibility, and 4 for loyalty and
there you go.
Trust.
Put your answer in the poll, so we'll kind of talk about it at the end of this. We just want to know what other people think. The phone lines are now open. The phone lines are open. If you have questions about us, if you have questions about our relationship, we'll keep it real. We'll keep it real. This is not scripted. I mean, we have some talking points that we wanted to talk point, but none of this is scripted. We'll keep it real. I will definitely keep it real and tell you guys the truth. And I'm sure Cheng will too. The whole purpose of this is to let people understand that it's not just coming over here and grabbing the first woman and everything's going to be great, right?
So
sometimes there's good moments. There's great moments.
There's great moments, but
we just had one. We just had a great moment, a good moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. So let's. Okay.
We'll take the first call. Hold on a second. Go ahead, caller.
Please turn down your YouTube volume, please.
Yeah, turn down your volume.
Go ahead, caller. Please turn down your. Okay. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. Hey, what's happening, man?
I like y'all video from last week when y'all trying to remember my first name. Y'all said Anthony.
We said Anthony. We knew who it was, but we forgot the first name. You know what's funny is after the show,
it's Adrian.
Yeah, she said it's Adrian. It's Adrian. Like right after the show. Go ahead, man.
I just signed on. About 10 minutes ago. The topic is great. First of all, in 3 years, even before you get to that 3 years, you must know yourself.
Agreed.
Especially the man. If he's a Westerner, he's marrying a Filipino or foreigner. He has to know himself and know what he wants and recognize his changes within himself.
Great point.
And have patience. The first time I come to the Philippines was 41 years ago.
Wow.
And when I learned to talk with the Filipinos, I learned to talk slower. And I noticed when I used my hand motions, they understood more. And now, and like you say, they're saying, come over here, get a Filipino, live like, no, I've been on the apps and I stayed between 25 and 32. And most of the girls, they want to take their clothes off and show their body and meet Pam. Well, I went outside of my comfort zone and I messaged someone, she's 45. And she's very talkative, she's friendly, she got high energy. And I responded to that a lot better. So, in knowing myself, it's like, okay, this is what I need. This fits me more. And now, talking with her, and she's a single mom. However, her daughter's 24 years old. No children there. So, the man has to know himself. And respect is first. Because if they don't respect you, they can't love you.
I agree.
And then loyalty and trust. Loyalty and trust and respect go hand to hand, because if you don't trust, you ain't gonna respect. Yeah. If you don't respect, ain't gonna be no trust.
I agree.
Compatibility is like always looming overhead. It's the arch. Always looming on the head, and it's always being built toward, because every day y'all are changing. When Cheng is not around you, she's learning things. When you're not around her, you're learning things. Y'all come together, y'all share them together. Love means to willingly lower yourself to serve another when you don't have to. And that's what you two are doing. Y'all don't have to serve each other. But however you do, love ain't got nothing to do with feelings. This Western way got everybody screwed up. And then there's another system, I'll make it quick, where you don't have to compromise. A system of thought, logic is not the highest expression of thought. Mathematical thinking is, because in math, you're either right or wrong. Exactly. You're gathering the facts. You're either right or wrong. So if you gather the facts on whatever you want to do, you're always going to end up right. And if you don't end up right, like the equation your teacher gave you when you was little, give it to the smallest denominator, say, oh, well, Richie, your answer is right, but right here you've been wrong. You go back and take those fractions out and put the right ones in, and everything after that start calculating down and equal out to your answer.
I like that. I like that.
And that takes practice, because we are so used to this world taught us to go on feelings and emotions. Feelings, excuse expression, feeling don't have a damn thing to do with facts.
I hear you.
Now, you can be lenient and patient. And I appreciate y'all leniency and y'all patience with me. Thank you. Y'all take care.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Hey, that's a good way to good way to kick off the phone calls. He made some really good points. I like how he talked about what love is. I like, when you go overboard, or you go out when you don't have to. In my mind, I like that. I also think love is the accumulation of respect, compatibility, loyalty and trust. I think it's the accumulation of all those things.
I agree.
But way to kick that off. I like it.
I think love is also what will keep you going. It adds fuel every time. It's like fuel. It's like gasoline, even though it's expensive nowadays.
I think respect is what keeps you going. I think respect and
it's tough.
It's respect.
But my previous answer was that, I would think that what matters most is respect. Let's take the next call.
Okay, we'll take a call. All right, caller, what you got?
Hey, how you doing, Richie Rich and Cheng? How you doing?
We're doing good. Who's calling?
Alrighty. I just called to touch base with you on this one. This is a good topic, man. All of your topics are.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
This particular one, it's home, because a lot of times people don't realize what you put into something is what you get out of it.
Absolutely.
And if you don't put nothing into it, you're not going to get anything out of it. Period.
Yes.
And in a relationship, a lot of women are doing the wrong thing, but there's a lot of women that are doing the right thing. I think I said that. And there's a lot of men doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing. So it's a 50-50 when I see of what I'm seeing. And a lot of times women are complaining online, oh, men are not doing this and not doing that. I asked her a question, what are you doing to improve? What are you doing to level up? What are you doing to take it to another level?
Right.
And they just can't answer. Well, it's not about me. It's about them.
No, it's about
okay,
both.
all right. Okay.
Yeah, it's
but
about
still, those are the things that happen.
right. I think
I see.
I've always said you got to give up something to get something. No matter what it is in life, if it's worth having, you're gonna have to sacrifice something to get it and keep it.
That's true. And I just look at the relationships that are nice and the ones that are at a high level. You also at a very, very high level. Ain't nothing can touch it but God himself. That's the only person who can touch it. Ain't nobody else can touch it. But there's some people out here that have not let that and took that to that level yet. And when they do, they're going to see the peace. They're going to see the joy. They're going to see the happiness. They're going to see tremendous love. And that's the main thing. And in this society today, we see so much hatred, so much bitterness coming at us in all different directions. It's nice to be able to have your safe place, your beautiful place, your lovely place.
I agree. I completely agree. And it's nice to be able to have that with somebody else. It's nice to be able to share that with somebody else. I agree. Thank you, man.
That's right. I get bored with myself sometimes. I chase you chase yourself up a tree. I said, how did I do that? I don't know, but I did.
But I did it, huh?
But at the same time, that's right. Don't know how I did it, but I did it. And then you look at your relationship and you say, you know what? That's the joy and the happiness. It's about that. And when that person sees that, they make it so beautiful for you. It's like people envy that. They say, well, dang, how come y'all with this and y'all with that? Because we just enjoy one another. We learn how to enjoy life first, but then we can enjoy one another at a different level. Always, all the time, in time, every time.
I absolutely agree with that. We appreciate you calling in, man. Don't let it be the last time now.
I already told y'all, I'm going to be out there.
Well, we'll see you.
I'm going to be out there.
We'll see you soon.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Take care.
It's always a blessing.
Same.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Right. Good call. Good calls. All right. I really think I think so much has a lot to do with mutual respect for each other.
I think so too.
I really do. Okay, we'll take another. He's late, man. Should we even take his call? He's late. He's always supposed to be the first one calling in.
I know.
What's up, Mo?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing good, brother.
Great. I got a question.
Holler.
Did it come a point in your relationship where you can call it quits?
Morris, I'm gonna let Cheng answer this question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Cheng answer this question. You want to answer it? Go ahead, answer it on the air.
Yes. Multiple times. I think
Multiple times.
Yeah. Do you have another question, Mo, so we can answer offline?
Sure.
Shoot.
Another thing is too, it was accountability. Taking accountability. Was that an issue?
Yes.
Okay.
All
right, we'll answer both those. We'll answer both those questions for you. Appreciate it, bro. All right. So the first question.
The first question is:
did there ever come a point where we was ready to call it quits?
Oh yes, multiple times. Yeah. And then we just had to be away for. I think the longest was 3 days. Was it 3 days? I can't remember, or a week. Something like that. And then I reflected, he reflected, and then at the same time, let's have a sit down, let's talk about it. Are we still willing to do it? And I think it's anything worth having. This is what DG said in the interview that I really liked. Anything worth having is worth fighting for. So I think if we really thought every time we're on that edge that we're worth, I think you're worth fighting for, and this relationship is worth fighting for. And I think that's one thing that I was stubborn about, not giving up. Not giving up, and I have to make some changes. I want to keep this man, and I need to do some changes, and I need to adjust some more.
I think the biggest thing is peace for me is peace. I know some of the stuff I'm gonna say, I've said it a million times, but I'm just walking it and talking it, and that's how I feel about it. If you can't bring me peace, if you can't bring peace into my life, I don't want you in my life. If you can't bring peace, I'm at peace. But if you're coming into my life and you're adding turmoil, chaos, or toxicity or whatever, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be around you. I'm cool with my life the way it is. And sometimes there's times when I just
like what Randy said in the interview.
Yeah.
I told you multiple times, you still don't get it.
Yeah. And look, there's just times when I was like, hey, okay, look, if you can't bring, if you can't add to this piece, then you got to go. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt at some of those times. And I am glad that, we found a way to get through those things. And I'm glad that you had the wherewithal to stick to it and us work together on those things though.
And thank you for always, opening the door for me. Because if you close it already, how can I come in?
You don't mean the literal door.
Yeah, I don't mean the literal door, but door. Yeah. So, so I still want to thank you because I still think that you think that this is worth the shot, and we still can figure things out, and hopefully, we continue to choose each other in the future. So,
you know what? I've always said, there's that same one right there. I've always said that I enjoy being around you 80% of the time. It's that 20 is a doozy though. The 20 is a doozy, but look, I'm sure it's the same thing. We both have our faults. We both have stuff
our moments.
Our moments and stuff. I just think I'm kind of a driven person, and I don't want people interrupting my grind. I don't care who it is. I know what I'm trying to get at. I know what I'm trying to accomplish, and I'm not going to let people come in and take that away or distract me or can you do this with me? Can you spend some whatever it is? I don't have time. When I have time, then I have time. Otherwise, this is what I'm doing.
So before, I thought that I'm not requiring anything. I'm not asking too much. That's what I thought before. Like, I'm not asking too much. I'm not asking for any material things. I'm only asking for your time. I'm only asking for you to spend time with me. That's the only thing that I ask for. And, before I didn't really get I understand, but I think I really don't understand. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't really understand. So, now I think I'm getting better in understanding that when we want to do some things, we need to get the job done first.
Yeah, let's finish our work first, and then if we can be organized, we can finish our work first. There'll be time for fun. There'll be time for us to spend together and do things together. But the work's got to come first. You got to get the work done first, and then make time for the rest of the stuff.
And to all those who are just new to our channel, in case you missed it, we're not living together. So, and we're not married now. So just in case you missed it, because
we've never lived together.
We would never live together.
Although you used to. Before you got the apartment, you used to live like right up the street and around the corner from me.
Yeah, but now it's a 40-minute ride. Yeah, 40-minute ride.
Right.
Yeah, so there. So
so what's the next thing? What's next on the list?
The good.
Yeah, the good or the bad or whatever. What's the next thing?
The good. So I think the good is growth as individuals. We had. Go ahead.
Hold on, we'll take this call. All right. Just remind yourself of what you were saying.
Okay. I think we missed one question.
Morris, what you got?
Accountability.
Yeah, it's good that you guys say that, and you brought it out, because a lot of people, no, I wouldn't say a lot of people. Most people, when it comes to issues in the relationship, they think that, because I'm finding somebody, that everything is supposed to run smooth.
Right.
Even if you come from the same culture. As soon as they get problems, I ain't dealing with this. Like, you're two different. Even if you come from the same culture, you're two different individuals.
Exactly.
Your morals and standards and beliefs are going to be different, even if you live in the same country. So you're gonna have different things. And if you ain't willing to work on the relationship and compromise, take accountability, then you don't need to be in a relationship because you're refusing. You know, you're making things difficult because it's my way or the highway, but you're not taking into consideration the other person.
Right.
You know?
And you really can't do the my way or the highway thing. You just, it's never going to work. And even if it works for a short time, it's not going to work over a long period of time. You have to include her or each other and your decision making and what's going on. You have to be willing to include each other. You really have to.
Right.
Right. But you asked. Go ahead.
Yeah. I could give you an example, right? When I was married, I used to just like you guys were discussing earlier about time, right? I used to knock off at 4:00 p.m. in the afternoon, and I used to do a second job. So I always used to be home roughly around about take me the second job. I used to be home like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Right.
So if I knew that I weren't gonna be home in that time, I would call if I stopped by somebody's house.
Right.
And guys just get on my case. Man, what you checking in for, man? I said, man, it's out of respect because she's expecting me home because dinner's ready or something's up.
Right.
And if you can honor the time, you can respect the individual in that relationship, then you guys wondering why you have issues.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's mutual respect. And that's a different level of commitment that you should have when you're married to somebody. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's a really good point. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Mo. We're going to answer your question about accountability.
Blessings. Yeah. And Mo asked a question about accountability. What do you have?
I had a problem taking accountability because I thought that, here you grew up in a culture where excuses and excuses and giving up reasons all the time and taking accountability, owning up to your mistakes is not really a thing.
It's not a thing here.
Yeah, it's not a thing. So I think I grew up doing the same thing, and slowly because I think if you admitted your mistake growing up, I thought that when you admitted your mistake, you'll get punished. You'll get punished for admitting.
Do you think I'm gonna punch you in the eye or something?
Because that's what I think. Even if you're not gonna do that, I grew up thinking that if you admitted that who broke the flower vase, you get punished. So you're not gonna admit because you'll get punished. So
you guys, I'm gonna say this. I don't care who you date here in the Philippines. If you date a woman in the Philippines, I'm just gonna tell you right from jump, she is very likely gonna have a problem with accountability. What she just said is very true in the culture. It's not just a Cheng thing, but it definitely reared its ugly head with Cheng. But accountability is crazy. It is really crazy. It's even, if you can believe this, it's even worse than in Western culture. It's even worse. Luckily, the issues are not the same. But when it comes to accountability and being able to say, hey, I made a mistake, my bad, or something like that, it is going to be a struggle for you. And if that's something that's important to you, you should understand it is going to be it's going to be a big issue in your relationship.
It's a process.
It is a process. People here do not
admit their faults.
They don't want to admit their faults. They will gaslight. They will. It is actually worse than Western culture here. And it's because of face. A lot of it is because of face, and some of it, like Cheng said, is because people feel like they're going to get punished, so they don't want to admit they made a mistake or something like that, or they want to pass the blame to somebody else. Just understand that it will be an issue. It will likely be an issue.
Yeah.
We'll take another call.
Yep.
Caller, what you got? Go ahead.
Hey, what's up there, Rich and Cheng? It's Black Dog.
What's happening?
It's called saving face. That's the Filipino thing.
Yeah.
And that's the heart of everything that moves through personal relationships in the Philippines and even here in the United States when you have Filipino friends. They never want to be embarrassed. They don't want to be seen out of place. So they will say little white lies in order for you to disengage from that. And you have to understand those little white lies and learn to deal with it. Fortunately, when you move to the Philippines to meet somebody and you're trying to get involved in a relationship, that becomes complicated because you want the woman to understand that I want you to be accountable, but it's not a death sentence, honey. Just tell me if this happened or that happened. We'll sit down, we'll discuss it, and that'll be it. We'll find ways to get around it and learn from it because that's what mistakes are about. But Americans are taught that. They are not. They are taught to evade, dodge like dodgeball, and that puts the problem on the shelf, but it doesn't necessarily solve it. So you have to find a way to bring it up, and that's probably why a lot of guys go through frictions with their relationship with Filipinos in the first place.
It matters. It definitely matters because our thinking is different. They would rather lie than lose respect. They would rather, to them, it's just a better deal. Just lie because I keep my face and I don't lose respect, and that's the way it is in this culture.
With everything. Do you got a kid? No. Yes, I do. How many kids you got? 1, 3. It's to everything that they say.
Right.
If in their mind they feel like it's going to put them to lose face or feel like they're being put against the wall, they're going to say it. So you have to be very patient and learn how to mitigate those waters so you won't upset the apple cart and get to a comfortable space with them where they can say yes. Yeah, and then they understand there's no major consequences for telling the truth. And actually telling the truth will bond you closer. Because when you tell stuff, that keeps you apart. And that's one of the things they really don't get yet.
Yeah, and I'll add to that, if you ask a question, especially early on in your relationship, even later on, it doesn't matter. If you ask a question, watch how she will freeze, and she'll try to think of what the right answer that you're looking for is to give you that answer. It doesn't matter what the truth is. She wants to give you the answer that she thinks you want to hear because
to make you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. It's a trip. And I remember in the beginning. Here, I'll just finish this off the air. But thank you, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember in the beginning, I would ask Cheng a question, and she would like freeze, and you could see the smoke, the smoke coming out of her ears, and the wheels turning. Like, what's the answer you want? And I'm like, just tell me, just answer the question. There is no right or wrong answer. Just give me the answer to the question, right? But it was like this thing, like if I say it wrong, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, no, it's just a damn question. But there are so many differences in our cultures, you guys. And I'm telling you, there is an adjustment. I don't care who you are. There is an adjustment. You're going to have to adjust there's going to have to be adjustment to their culture and vice versa. But there's a lot of adjustments and things that we just don't understand and things they don't understand about us. Lying is a thing here. They don't look at it as lying, or maybe they do look at it. Do y'all look at it as lying, or it's just better than losing face?
I think it's making excuses sometimes.
Yeah,
it's not literally lying, but making excuses.
Sometimes it's lying.
Sometimes it's lying.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not necessarily talking about you in this one because I think you're pretty good about you've always been pretty good about just
being transparent.
Yeah, being transparent. But when it comes to making excuses,
I still do that. I still do that, honey. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Because you know if I'm lying, eventually I'll tell you. You can tell really that I'm lying because later my conscience is killing me, honey. I need to tell you something. I can't really lie.
I'm sure you could.
I could, but my conscience.
I'm glad you don't.
My conscience is killing me.
Right.
Let's go to the comments real quick.
Okay, let's get in the comments, right? All right, DC, what's happening, DC?
Okay, DC said communication is the key. That's why I believe that couple needs to be compatible or you will suffer from unnecessary stress.
Roger that.
I think that's just the springboard of a relationship compatibility. Because if you don't jive or you don't have anything in common, jive.
There you go.
If you don't jive, I mean, you don't have anything in common. There's nothing interested, because we have to admit the first few months is the honeymoon stage, and then at least you have to, most of the time you enjoy that honeymoon period because you have a lot in common. You talk about several things, and then you share the same opinion, something like that. But also, that's compatibility. But later on, you get to know each other's likes and dislikes, and that's what makes you more compatible.
I totally agree. Totally agree. Right?
So Roger Walker is here, and DC said, when are you punctual? When you are punctual, people respect you.
I agree.
I agree.
I totally agree. And and it's showing respect for them too.
Yes. Roger is also here. Thank you for joining us. Ron Lawson.
Hey, what's up, Ron and
Hello,
Roger?
Ron. Peter is here. Okay.
Okay, just put it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Beer.
Okay.
New name, man.
What was that?
Biergain.
Oh, there you go.
Biergano. Biergano.
Biergano says, lately been like Queen. Another one bites the dust for foreigners. Yeah. Yeah. It is like that. And also with people's channels getting demonetized is also becoming a thing, right? But it's hard. You guys, it's hard, especially when you have a relationship and you work together. It makes it even harder. Now, and our situation is unique, I think.
What's that, honey?
It's the they're just doing something emergency drill, something like that. Yeah. Especially in our situation, because we both work. This is not either of our full-time jobs or anything like that. She's a professor. I have my job. So we work. I work 35 to 40 hours a week, between 30 and 40 hours a week. Yeah, on average.
I do the same.
Yeah, between 25 and 35 hours a week. But the point is, we both work. And so this is a secondary thing for us. So we have to make time to do this. And so it takes a lot. I think other YouTubers, they, especially the couples, it's like their full-time job thing, right?
That's the only thing that they do. They especially for recreation, for what do you call that? Bread and butter also. Like supplementary to their
it's their bread and butter. It means it's what they do.
It's what they do. And at the same time, especially if you're a foreigner who's retired here, of course, you have what do you call the thing that you get when you're retired, the money that you get?
A pension.
A pension. So on top of your thank you. So on top of your pension, of course, they do supplementary income from YouTube.
Yeah, but we both work. We both work full time, so or close to full time for me. Pretty close. But luckily I can kind of make my own schedule or whatever. But the point is, we both have pretty much full time jobs, right? So it's kind of a different thing, and it's just not easy.
Yes. Not easy at all. So Young Fresh said, one of the best investments you can make is a mattress and bed.
I'm a believer, bro.
So I think it was in my cart for a very, very long time, but I had to prioritize some other things. But he kept telling me that, sleep is very, very, very important. But, I'll have to postpone it for later because, you have, as you said, you have to prioritize. But,
if you ain't sleeping good, a lot of bad stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to. Yeah, Uncle Mo said, loyalty and trust without a doubt.
Okay, I agree.
The Black Box said, hopefully I won't have to get a new one once I get a condo in Cebu.
Right.
I think they have mattresses in fully furnished, for the most part, for fully furnished condos.
Yeah, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You got to get the right kind of bed, and you just didn't have a good bed.
Yeah, I'll put you up on game.
Yeah, we fixed that up.
I'll put you up on game, because if you're in Cebu, they have a factory there. It's called Mandawi Foam. It's in Cebu, and that's where I get the mattress.
Okay.
Yeah, Mandawi foam.
Right. Memory foam?
Memory foam.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So Black Box said that we got that already. LA Detroit
What's up, LA Detroit?
is here. Love first and everything else will fall in place.
It must have been LA Detroit. Okay. All right.
Okay, so that's him. So Jones is here. Jones,
up,
thank you
Jones?
for joining us. Complacency is what happens after a few years. You both assume too many things.
Right. Instead of just communicating, right? And that's also another big thing.
Yeah.
Another big thing is between our two cultures. But I don't know. That might be a gender thing. That might be a gender thing, and it might not just be cultural, but a gender thing.
I think so too.
Where women think that you should be able to read their minds. And where you should know what they're thinking. You should be able to read their minds.
Yeah, like for example, we've been together for a few years already. You still don't know me.
Yeah. Sometimes, but you need to talk. You need to talk. How about you make it easy for both of us?
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Chuck Mason is here. Thank you so much for joining us, Chuck. Jermaine is here.
Hey, Jermaine,
Hello,
what's happening, Jermaine? Hey, Jermaine, are you back in Cebu now?
I was about to ask
Are you back in Cebu? Or are you back in? Are you still back at the house? And we haven't gotten your package yet. You sent us a package.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so. All right, Raymond is also here. Learning to compromise is important.
Okay. It is. It definitely is. We'll take another phone call. And someone says Slick Rick not here. I think Slick Rick is at the ball game, you guys, because that's his thing. He does the ball game. He's a diehard Giants fan, like myself. We're both from the city, and he's at the ball game tonight. All right, go ahead, caller.
Hey, I'm a diehard New York Giants fan.
I hear you, brother.
Not a San Francisco Giant fan, but
what's up?
What up, young fresh global travel here? First I want to say congratulations on 3 years.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
I mean, I think no relationship is easy, but I think when you're dealing with different cultures, and that's kind of one of my first points I want to make is like a lot of us dudes, like sometimes I'm at a bar and I'm hanging out or whatever, and I'm hanging out with my girl, and I'll like be sitting next to like a dude from like Ireland, right? He's like chilling with his girl and he's speaking Irish, right? Like, but you know, that strong accent,
right?
People are not going to understand you. So I think your other caller, I don't know if that was Black Box or somebody, they made a really good point where just slow down when you're talking to Filipinos. Like, you know, if you're from like places like I love to watch his channel, Sunshine Shoulders, but sometimes I'm like, what did he just say? Because he has a very thick accent. You know what I mean?
He's a Southern dude.
I think if you're in the Philippines and you're like dating someone there, I think if you definitely have like a strong accent, especially if you're like Jamaican. I was even like listening to this Jamaican dude one time. He's like, yeah, you know, she don't really understand me. And I'm like, bro, but like, you're not really speaking like, yeah, but I am actually speaking English. And I'm like, yeah. So anyway, any Filipinos listening, and just know that there's so many different English slangs, even in America. Like I barely could understand someone from, you know, South Carolina. Like you go to different places in the South, they'll be like, I'm finna go over there. I'm finna, and I don't think anyone in the Philippines is gonna know what finna means when like you like finna go over there for something, you know.
You gotta enunciate.
I think, yeah, you have to just slow down and just like, you know, slow down a little bit and talk slowly, and then they will understand you. But try to speak proper as much as possible, even if you have to like squint your voice, you know, your tone, because people are not going to know what the hell you're talking about if you're like speaking in your own kind of native tongue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you.
I'm out of here in 13, 14 hours, man. So
all right,
I'll be in the beautiful. Yeah.
We'll see you soon, brother.
But yeah.
Okay,
all right,
thank
man.
you. Bye.
Yeah. Who the bomber clot cannot understand me? Stop the blood clot crying. What's wrong with you?
You always say that, honey. I still don't understand it.
Come on. Let's get in the show.
Okay, Joan said, talking with them, you have to keep it simple, stupid.
You say, I mean, they're
It's the basic words.
it's
simple words.
You know, it's a second language to them. Yeah, they speak English. Most of them understand basic English, but you do have to simplify things sometimes, right?
Okay, so Black Buck said, yeah, maybe he couldn't be the moderator today. Oh yeah,
He's at the ball game, you guys. Yeah, he's at the ball game. He's in the background watching the show, but he's at the ball game, and yeah, I wish I was too. But no, I mean, I'd rather be with you, sweetie, but
whatever.
but I like the ball game.
It's all good.
But I do like the ball game.
I know.
All right.
Okay, so Anders said, take it from someone who has English as a second language. Sarcasm is hard to detect in a foreign language. Yeah, I think I realize, honey, that here in the Philippines, we do a lot of sarcasm too, but we do it in our native language.
Right.
But also, when it comes to English, we translate it literally. We translate it literally, and we didn't get the sarcasm.
And the key is that whatever you said, it means the opposite of what you said. Yeah, exactly. So, and we kind of struggle. We
still struggle,
but not as much. Because I come from a family that uses a lot of sarcasm. I mean, a lot. And so sarcasm was a big thing, has always been a big thing for me. And that was, it was an issue. It was an issue. What? Go ahead, speak your mind.
You don't say.
Speak your piece, say it.
No, I think I really got offended when you talk a lot about sarcasm. But, you know, I kind of talked to you about, honey, when we're having discussions, can you please not include sarcasm in our discussion? Because we're talking serious, okay? Don't include sarcasm. It might translate differently. So,
Got it. Go ahead.
So, John said, you should always ask her if she knows the describing words when you talk. Just ask if she looks confused. Yeah, because sometimes, again, people here, I think it's not just me, people won't ask. They will just pretend that they know. Pretend that they know, even if they don't understand. A lot of pretending. Yeah. And then later on, because sometimes, you know, I figured it out that I think you know when I don't know. And then you whisper, blah, blah, blah. And then I get it. But sometimes I ask. And then I whisper, what does it mean? Like that.
Yeah. When we're by ourselves, I'll ask, did you understand what I said? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Right. I'll ask you. Did you understand what I just asked you or what I just said? Just to clarify. But in front of other people, I never want to embarrass you. You know, if someone else is talking, you're listening, I'm watching your facial expression, your body language, and I can tell sometimes when you didn't really understand. And I try to help you without letting you be embarrassed or something like that.
Hello, Lamar. So for you to access the poll, the question is, honey, can we show the
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the poll question is, what matters most after 3 years in a relationship? You type 1 if you think it's respect, type 2 if you think it's love, type 3 if you think it's compatibility, and type 4 if you think it's loyalty and trust.
Well, it looks like loyalty and trust is winning hands down.
Yes.
But that respect thing, and I still think they're intertwined. I think they're intertwined. That respect thing is definitely there. What is it? 25% people said respect is a big deal. It is a big deal. But I think if you have loyalty and trust, I think the respect goes with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right.
So Miss Rhoda is here. Thank you for joining us, Miss Rhoda.
Yeah, so I think she probably voted in the poll by now. All right. And so next
Ray Bearfield is
Hey, what's up,
here.
Ray?
Hello, Ray. Thank you for joining us.
You guys, if you're new to our channel, 2 things. Please give a thumbs up. 3 things, I guess. 3. Just like the video or the live stream, please. Second, subscribe to our channel. It ain't gonna hurt, and I guarantee you'll like our content, I think. And the last thing, what's the last thing?
Leave your comments below after watching the video. Gosh.
I don't think that was the last thing, but I guess they could do
No,
that too.
maybe. Mhm.
I don't know. Subscribe to the channel and like the video.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, let us know where you're from. If you're
Where
new to the
you're
channel, let
watching
us know
from.
where you're watching from. Yeah, that was the other thing. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Let's get into this. Let's see.
Okay, Tiger Ronnie said, I vote John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, and
Boom.
respect.
Boom,
Yes.
exactly.
Mhm.
Okay.
LA Detroit said, everyone has an opinion, but who in the world knows better than God?
I heard that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so LA Detroit, the key is to use the word as the final authority in your relationship. If there's any conflict, let the scriptures instruct who's right and who's wrong. The practice is
It's
paramount.
not a bad way to go about things.
Yes.
Right?
A wise man is here.
What's happening, wise man?
Relationships are part investment, part commitment, and part sacrifice, all wrapped into
For reals.
Mhm.
For reals. You're investing and you're hoping to get an ROI, right?
Mhm.
So that's that transactional kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
But then you got to commit. You got to be willing to put in. You got to be willing to put in, and then the sacrifice. You got to be willing to give,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Be willing to give sometimes of yourself, and it's tough.
Mhm.
It is a tough thing.
Without asking for anything in return. Am I muted? Are we muted?
Nah, I think that was a while ago.
Okay. So Jones said, if you and her don't love yourself, you can never be happy and never make someone else happy. The girl will never make you happy. She'll just put band-aids on your feelings.
Good comment. All right.
You need to be whole.
You have to know who you are. You got to feel. You can't. People try to come here and they think that coming to the Philippines is going to change everything. It's going to fix everything, right? It's just going to. It's still you. It's still you. And if you haven't fixed what's wrong with you, then you're going to get the same results. It doesn't matter if you're in the Philippines. It doesn't matter. It's a different culture. It doesn't matter if the women here have some financial needs. None of that stuff matters. If you haven't fixed you, you're going to get the same results you got at home.
Coldplay, Fix You. You know Coldplay, the song. Anyway, let's move on. I can't sing it. So Roy McLeod is also here. Hello, thank you for joining us, Roy. So yes, Roy McLeod. McLeod.
Yeah,
thank you.
McLeod.
Roy McLeod. Sorry for ambushing your name. So next time. DG is here. Hello, DG. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, he changed his.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Changed your profile picture. DG said, dude, she's saying with all her heart that you are worth fighting for. Everyone has flaws.
Absolutely. And I respect that about Cheng. Is she's a fighter. She's definitely a fighter. And
sometimes not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
good and bad, yeah.
We're both strong. We have strong personalities, and sometimes I have to remind myself every time that I'm not the one who's going to be stronger in this relationship. I need to be strong in order for me to support you, but I should be following and not competing. But I love y'all's content though. Thank you, DG.
Is this DG though?
Yes, Derek Green.
It doesn't say Green Wade though.
Yeah, that's him. I think
sure?
so. I think so. Maybe if I'm wrong.
I don't think that's DG.
DG, if this is you, press 1.
Yeah, I don't think it's DG.
Okay.
I'm just
yeah. Raymond said, Peach is the same way. Accountability is a problem for her. I agree. It's a process.
Right. Yeah, it is. It's just, there's cultural differences. It is. It's what it is, right?
Roy Nels. Thank you for joining us. Yes, we can. Si se puede, se posible.
Everything is possible.
Yes, everything. Si puede. No, yeah.
All right.
I know
Black Box said, I learned that the hard way. Hey, we all learned that the hard way, bro. We all learned that the hard way. Slick Rick, he just said it in a different language, bro. Everything is possible. Okay? With love, everything is possible.
Si, señor. Okay, Papi.
All right. Okay.
Okay, Obi-Wan said, "That's old. I was young when that show
Oh
came
wow.
out."
Here's. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I just caught Starsky and Hutch. Do you even know what Starsky and
No,
Hutch is?
what's that?
Man. dude.
Cartoons?
No.
What's that?
It's old school. It's just like a 70s, 80s police show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like two dudes, Paul Michael Glazier and
It's
somebody
like
else.
Bad Boys.
And another dude. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. Yeah. All right,
Okay.
hold on.
So, who
All right,
else do we have here?
let's go ahead and get to the next points. We talked about the good.
Okay, so one more thing.
Okay,
one more thing about the good. I think it's stability and structure because
David Soul.
yeah. Huh?
Paul Michael Glazier and David Soul.
Okay, so
Hold that thought. Let's take this call and hold on to what you got. All right. Caller, go ahead. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
It's Black Box again. No, you didn't see my number.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the number. Okay, go ahead.
You talking about David Soul from Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah, I just said it.
He sang that song "Don't Give Up on Us, Baby." He had a hit song in the '70s. Too.
Yeah. Don't give up on us, baby.
He played Hutch. Luca made an important point down in the comment section. I'm not trying to steal her thunder, but that is the frustration that a lot of Filipinos are going through. And I won't read it because you'll get to it. But she said that makes her frustrated, and that's why. What you should do, Rich, is one day have a talk with a lot of guys and teach them how to be patient with their Filipinas. More so than being patient with you. Because Western men, especially when they get older, because one guy mentioned Mike and him yelling at his girlfriend, that's why he divorced. I don't know whether that's true or not, but who knows. But a lot of men, especially when they get old like me and older, they get set in their ways. They tend to be more inflexible. They're harder to bend with the wind. And these guys got to get to understand that they're dealing with a different culture and they think in their own language and they translate it to English and it gets lost in translation. Have to be really patient.
You do. And I think we talked about that at the beginning of the show. I think patience is one of the biggest things for both of you. For both of you, because
but men, especially a lot of Western men, do not have it.
Oh, I told you.
Triggered because that way here in the States, I mean, some dude is flying behind me and I got the dog going, come on, you want me to run 100 miles an hour on a 35-mile-an-hour road? I'm just talking about driving. That same mindset is with everything here. So when they get to the Philippines, they lose their mind.
Right. We want everything fast. We want everything that just works smooth and easily, and it just doesn't work that way here in the Philippines.
You go to the Philippines to slow down.
Right. So
and
slow down.
You gotta understand that paperwork slow down. Just go with the flow.
Right.
Stop rushing. You rush into the grave. Take your time.
Take your time.
Let the paperwork take care of itself.
Right.
Enjoy the lady.
Absolutely. Take your time. I appreciate it. Good point.
Yeah,
Good
man.
point. All right. Thank you, brother.
Man. All right.
Yeah. All right. You want to read Luca's comment?
Yeah, and then we'll. Okay. Luca said, "Truth. I've been telling my husband it's hard to understand him sometimes because he got that East Coast accent, and I just couldn't get it. Worse, when I ask him to repeat, he'd say, 'Never mind,' and that makes me frustrated."
Right. No, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
I think it when you ask someone, because sometimes I ask you a lot of times to repeat yourself. Sometimes, especially when you speak too fast, and then when you say, "Never mind," it makes me, oh, what did he say? I want to know what he said. And then, So Adrian Marshall said, thank you so much for your super chat, Adrian Marshall. So these two words save lives and love. They are, yes, dear, Custard would still be alive if he only said, yes, dear.
Right. Right. I mean,
yes, honey.
I think you've mastered that, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do think Miss Luca and Black Box have a really important point that you do have to be patient. There's so much patience, and I think if anything, if there's one thing you have to have in a relationship here, you got to have patience. Thank you a lot for that super chat, Adrian. We really appreciate that. You have to have a lot of patience here because of the different cultures, and you have to enunciate words. Whereas in the U.S., we're used to talking at our own speed. We don't have to we don't have to slow down for each other. But here, you're gonna have to do that. It's important, and if you want her to understand you, and vice versa, you're gonna have to slow down and enunciate a lot. You're gonna have to like really stress the words and enunciate the words so that she can understand what you're saying.
Agreed.
Yeah. Let me get this. There we go. All right.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I got it, man. Yeah. So it is important. It's super important, right?
Yeah, agreed. So let's go back.
Is it the other way? Okay, it might be the other way.
Yeah, that's
right there. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Slick Rick is here.
Yes.
I think he's at the ball game. He's doing some double duty. We appreciate you, Slick Rick.
Thank you, Slick Rick. And then Jones said, Mike's Philippines retirement found out that Filipinos don't like criticism in a strong way. He also raised his voice a lot. Their marriage lasted about 2 years.
Yeah. You know, I gotta be honest. You know, I wouldn't say I'm an aggressive person, but I'm definitely I'm used to order. I'm used to organization, and one of the things I had to get used to, and still have to get used to, is one of us is more organized than the other. I'll let you guys figure out who that might be.
That's me.
Yeah. But I mean, we just have a different
organization skills.
We have different skill sets. We have very different skill sets, and you have to learn to make your skill sets work together. And I honestly think, you know, if it just takes time. It really takes time. One of you might be more organized, the other one might be good at other things. But you have to learn to work together. You have to learn to compromise, and you're gonna have to be patient.
Yeah, and I think that when you're good at this and I'm good at this is where we complement each other. I think
I agree.
That's the key.
I definitely agree.
So, Professor.
The professor.
Yes,
What's happening
here? Treat each other the way you want to be treated. That fixes everything. It's just that simple. I agree. I think the way you want to be treated, if you treat each other with respect, especially if you want to be treated with respect. Yeah.
Totally agree. Totally agree, right? Right.
Ellie Detroit said, I bet she knows Daisy Dukes, but doesn't know the Dukes of Hazzard.
Do you know what Daisy Dukes?
From the song. It's part of the lyrics of the song. Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top. Katy Perry.
Right. But you don't know what Daisy Dukes are.
Oh, no. I know it from Katy Perry.
Right. Luckily, there are no Daisy Dukes in her wardrobe. And if there were, Daisy Dukes are like these super short shorts that are up to your genitalia, and yeah, they're super short shorts. There's a show called Dukes of Hazzard in the 80s, and the girl always wore these short, and her name was Daisy Duke. Right? Yeah.
That's why they named it after her.
Yeah, they named it after her. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't go down. There would not be any Daisy Dukes being worn in our relationship. Yeah. Unless they maybe around the house.
Yeah, inside the house.
Maybe around the house. You can wear some Daisy Dukes for a short time before I take them off. But outside the house, that would not happen.
Yeah. So Bruce M2 said that car in Starsky and Hutch was my dream car when I was a kid.
You know, there was somebody in my hometown that had a car just like theirs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of tough looking too, actually.
Okay.
Right?
So, Zach, I think he mentioned previously that he had to rename himself. I forgot what was his previous name, but he's speaking truth. You have to be adaptable because it's two different cultures. If you don't want to adapt, date American women. Right. But some get stuck in their way and just become miserable and impatient.
I mean, he makes a great point, especially because a lot of dudes that come here are older, and you do kind of get stuck in your way. And if you come here and you think it's always going to be your way, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. It might work for a short time, but she's gonna get tired of your old ass. And that's why a lot of dudes don't understand why she's why she's monkey branching to other dudes, or her head's on a swivel and she's looking for the next best thing, because she knows you ain't it. You're it for right now, and she'll take what the upgrade that you bring to her life, but she's gonna monkey branch because she's getting tired of your old ass, and she ain't gonna have it no more, right? So I think we really have to be able to adapt and understand each other's culture and be able to compromise and adjust to each other.
Yeah. So he made a great point. If you don't want to date, if you don't want to adapt,
home.
just stay home. Okay, DC said, you have to have patience in the Philippines, period. And if you don't believe, go shopping on the weekend. Who you tell? Yeah. Tell him, DC, especially when it's payday, you go to the grocery.
Exactly.
Try going to the grocery during payday.
Right.
So, Anders Peterson said, okay, gang, I gotta get some sleep. Y'all behave. Thank you so much, Anders,
Thanks for joining us, Anders. We appreciate you, brother.
Okay, so
I think we got to it. Did we?
I think so.
Okay, so let's get to the next one.
Yeah, so I think that what I mentioned before the caller called, I think you bring so much experience when it comes to education, your travel experience, and then of course your life lessons. Especially, I really appreciate the parenting lessons. The tips when it comes to parenting, how to raise boys. Because I think I knew, and I told you this in the beginning of our relationship, that one of the reasons for me for looking a partner is for me to have a partner when it comes to raising boys, because I understand that I cannot raise. It will be difficult I can raise them, but it will be difficult for me and challenging for me to raise boys or to raise them to be men, because I'm not a man. I'm not a man, and it's difficult. I think for some women, they think that, I can do both jobs. You can, but you cannot really teach boys to become men, because you're not a man yourself. You're a woman. You can be nurturing and all that.
Let's take another call. Hold on a sec.
Go ahead, Mo.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, Cheng, I must give you much respect when it comes to that topic about raising boys, because you have a lot of women that say they don't need a man in their life to raise their sons.
They think they can raise a man into a man.
Yeah, right.
No.
And that's where society is going wrong, because the traits of a woman cannot, let me get my words right. The traits of a woman will not raise a boy, to be a man.
It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, it won't work. And I can tell you, because there's a lot of single moms, and I see it here in my country, and I see it in other countries, that you get young boys, or even grown men, that act like women.
Yes.
When certain things happen.
A lot. Very emotional, unable to control their emotions. You see it a lot. And I think I agree with you. I'll leave it at that. I completely agree with you.
Right. And I give you props for recognizing that, Cheng, because a lot of even I'm gonna say it, even in Bermuda, you got women that say they don't need a man to raise the boys, and they say it. And I'm being in some heated arguments. Sometimes I have to walk away.
Right.
And they say, I don't need that. I'm saying, okay, cool. I just leave it.
Right.
And they don't understand.
Right.
They don't understand.
It's crazy for a woman to think that she can raise a man into being a quality man, and it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way.
And it's vice versa.
And vice versa.
If
Absolutely.
if I have a daughter, I can't raise her to be a woman. I could teach her some values of what to look out and what's a good man, but I can't raise her to be a woman. I could teach her how to be a well-grounded individual.
No,
but there's womanly things you can't. Yeah.
I totally agree.
Thank you, Mo.
Totally agree.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
All right, blessings.
Yeah, I mean, you can teach. Thank you so much, LA Detroit, for your super chat.
Thank you for that, brother.
Just showing some love. I think for a man to teach a daughter or to become a woman that men would want.
I think that's easier. I think that's easier to do than vice versa. I really do.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's easy though. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can. But it's easier to teach her virtue. To be virtuous, to be traditional. I think it's easier to do that. Let's take another call.
Yes. Go ahead.
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, hello, good evening, Richie Rich and Cheng. This is Gregory from St. Martin. How you doing?
What's happening,
Hello,
Gregory? From out there in the Caribbean. The Caribbean.
Listen, I just want to follow up on what the last caller said when he was commending Cheng on realizing that as a woman, she cannot raise a boy to be a man. And that is, many women are delusional in that respect, because here's the thing. When a woman raises a boy or tries to raise a boy into a man, she actually raises the boy into the man that she would want to be with.
Right.
Okay? And that is the problem. When I'm now, like the caller just said, when a man raises a girl, the benefit she gets from it is to know what a good man is. And that is a reflection of how her father raised her. But a woman doesn't go that route. She raises the boy into a man that she would want to be with, which means that that's why, like you said, Rich, they are emotional and all those kind of things, because they don't have a good role model as to what a stable, emotionally mature man looks like in a household or in life. Okay, so I mean, Cheng, that is a very good mentality to have. Again, there's a lot of delusional women in the world, and to think that a woman could raise a boy into a man is impossible. There were even cultures in the past where when the child, from a baby to about 10, 11, the mother would focus on the child, especially on the boy child. But when the boy hit teenager years, he would actually take the boy and go to another camp that was pure men.
Right.
So that they can teach that boy how to move from boyhood to manhood.
Right.
And we're lacking that in today's society. And the gentleman said, he's from Bermuda, I'm from St. Martin. It's the same damn problem here. The woman said, I have to be the mother and the father. You don't hear the father say, I have to be the father and the mother.
Right.
But the woman said, I have to be the mother and the father. No, you can't. You can't. I am so sorry, you can't. You can try.
You can try.
But the outcome is not guaranteed.
I fully agree. I absolutely agree. Thank you, Gregory.
All right.
We always appreciate you, brother.
Gregory.
You're most welcome.
All right.
Great
so
points.
yes. So I really believe that, I can only do as much. I can only teach them certain values or certain virtues that they need growing up as a human being. But when it comes to being a man, I don't think I can fulfill that duty.
Right.
Yeah. So I really need someone to teach them how to be a man. And it takes a man.
Right. Shout out to you for understanding that, really, because like you said, a lot of women don't understand that. And that was one of my concerns from the get-go. Is like, I'm not trying to get in a relationship with somebody who got badass kids, and I don't really want to discipline, I don't want to be, putting hands on somebody's kids that ain't even mine. So I need to be, if I'm gonna get in this relationship, her kids have to be some kids that are willing to be disciplined, willing to listen, willing to learn. And she's got to be able to get on my program and understand, I might have done this before. I might know some stuff she don't know.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think, that goes hand in hand, especially with our culture here and your culture of raising kids. I think it's very different. But I really appreciate how you teach me sometimes, especially when the boys are not around. We're not around each other more, like we only spend time together. But when we spend time together, we make sure that most of it are teaching moments. And when I'm not around, what you teach me, I teach the boys.
Right. I think one of the biggest things for you is I think there was a lot of teaching moments that you would miss out on. Moments that where, this could be a good thing for, this would be a good time for the boys to learn this. I mean, if you recall, you didn't even let them cross the street on their own.
Yeah, because I was a mother hen at that time, because I understand also that there are, but
you got to raise them to be men. They got you give them responsibility that they can handle. And as they handle it and prove that they can handle it, you give them more and you give them more. One has to watch out. You got two boys. One's got to watch out for his brother, right? So so sometimes it sucks and that's a tough thing, but that's going to be your responsibility for the rest of your life. Get used to it. Colin, what you got, man?
Hey, what's up, Big Rich?
What's up, DC?
Hello, DC.
Hey, Cheng.
Thank you.
Yeah, talking about men raising girls and women raising boys. We definitely need each other. There's a lot of women raising boys without their fathers, but I think it's important for the males in the family to step up, neighbors. And one thing women can do that they really, that's almost been lost, was that putting their voice in sports, because we got to give it to coaches. A lot of coaches have became second fathers to young men.
True.
And you see it all the time when you see pro athletes being put into the Hall of Fame, and they're talking about, that Coach Big Rich, he really was my second father, and he taught me how to be a man. But that's something that a lot of the young ladies, they just have a problem about men mentoring their sons.
Right.
I don't know what the issue is, and it seems to be global. It's heavy in the U.S., and I see it here, even in Thailand, and in the Philippines, too. It's just, little boys are just badasses, like you say, with the men raising girls, just a little easier. We just, generally what we need is just to find a nice lady. I remember I used to have my daughter when she was young on the weekends, and sometimes she would forget her stuff. And so I would just go shopping, and I would just see a lady who I like, how she looked and dressed. And then I would say, ma'am, can you help my daughter with this and that? And they would help her out and things like that. But it's, it's just very important for us to have mentorship.
It really is. I completely concur with that. It's super important. Thank you for that, DC. I promise. I really appreciate
Thank you, DC.
Okay. I absolutely agree with that. But I think, like you said, that there's a lot of women. I think one of the lost art is listening. I think there's a lot of women, they don't want to listen. The young women nowadays, a lot of them think they know it all already. You can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. They have all the answers. You don't know nothing until they figure out that they don't know nothing. But a lot of times that takes time. My father used to always say, the worst person you can be with is the person that thinks they know it all and they don't know shit. And because you can't tell them nothing. They think they know everything, but you're talking to them or they're talking to you, and you can clearly see they don't know a damn thing, but they're trying to tell you something. Go ahead.
So Lucas said to Black Box, Salamat, that's one of my struggles. I may be fluent in English, but that doesn't mean I can comprehend nuances or be articulate, especially if I get emotional at the same time.
Right.
You're right, Luca.
That happen? Does that happen?
Yeah.
That happens, really?
Yes.
You get emotional and
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
okay.
and I agree with her because I may be fluent in English, but that doesn't mean that I can comprehend all the time, especially,
Right.
when I get emotional.
Right.
I get lost for words.
Right. Hey, by the way, caller, there's somebody who called in with a 313 area code. Sorry, we missed your call. Give us a call back. The phone lines are open. We'll take your call now if we can. Yeah, give us a call back. We'd love to hear from you. All right. Okay. So, 2 snaps with a circle. All right. I got it.
Okay.
You don't even get that.
No, of course not.
In living color. Anyway, go ahead.
Blank Paper said, wrong song reference, Homegirl, 69 Boys, Daisy Dukes was a classic 1993 Miami-based hip-hop song that
Exactly.
celebrated urban females.
That's what I thought you were talking about, right?
No, I was talking about a part of the lyrics of Katy Perry's song.
I know what you were talking about, but when you started, I thought you were talking about what he said, but we're old school. We're old school, so you're kind of like a little bit more of the new school, but yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Zach said the old name was Paco. Oh, okay, but I love the topic because as someone raised by a single mom, the older you get, the more you realize you missed some key development. And I just turned 31 and learned this at 25.
Right.
Well, what the good thing is that you realize.
Boom. You took my word. The word
Yeah,
out of my
you
mouth.
realize that there are some things that needs to be developed, and it's never too late to learn.
Paco, the first thing. How did that go to voicemail? I'm not sure. It should be okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'll get back to that thought. All right, caller, go ahead. What you got, man?
Hello.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Go ahead.
You can hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we got you.
Okay, thank you. This is Blank Paper. How you doing?
What's
Hello,
happening,
Blank
man? What's
Paper.
happening,
Yeah.
Paper?
Now, I wanted to ask you maybe, yeah. So, since we're talking, and thank you, Brother Basin, brother, that follow the house.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Blank Paper, we're sorry. We had to cut your call. The reception was not good, brother. If you can get in a place where we get some clear reception, we'll get you back on the air, and we'd love to hear your question, Bob.
yeah, and also please turn down the YouTube volume so that we don't have
the background,
in the background, so we don't have feedback. Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you back on the air. If you can get back in a place where it's a clear and all that.
Okay, so it wasn't DG. So
I told
my
you.
bad, my bad.
I told you, man.
Okay,
See?
so
It was Derek Green. Derek Green and Derek Green Wade, right? So Derek Green, we appreciate having you up in here. I knew it wasn't, dude. I was like, yeah, that's not him.
Okay,
Yeah,
so hello.
We got 3 Dereks in the house.
Yeah,
That's-
okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, DG. And yeah, so people really like the interview. So Blank Paper said, "What?" Okay, there we go.
Go ahead. We'll try to get his call
Okay.
to Ken. All right, hold on a sec. All right, let's see if we can get your call this time, Blank Paper. Go ahead, man.
Okay, thank you for Wi-Fi calling.
No
How
problem.
you all doing today?
We're doing great.
Doing
How you
good.
doing, man?
I'm doing okay.
Excellent.
And
What
I
you got?
wanted to, when I was in the Philippines, I was very alarmed with the single mother rate. You know, out of wedlock, I think it's at 57, the last statistics.
Higher than that.
And if no one's raising those young boys to be men, those men may become more delinquent when they come age of post puberty.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there ever be a time where it gets so bad in the Philippines that I'm speaking specifically to you, Rich, and maybe to my future self? You ever think you want to move somewhere else and relocate, and that may be a factor of you and Cheng's relationship being together?
It doesn't affect me because I'm with Cheng already. It's a good question, but because I'm with Cheng already, it doesn't really affect me. However, I do get that it affects everybody else that's out there in the dating market too, and that's why we tell people that come to the Philippines, look, the chances are, I mean, if you don't like dating single moms, you probably don't want to come to the Philippines, because the chances are, I think it's like 80-something%. If you're dating a woman over 30 years old, there's a 70-something to 80% chance that she's going to be a single mom. So it is a big deal. But let me address something else that you asked. I forgot. I was going to say something. I can't remember what else it was.
Relocating.
Relocate. As far as relocating, I like it here. I like it here. It doesn't really affect what I do. I work from home, and as long as Cheng is willing to work together and for us to work together doing what we do, I enjoy it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I knew what I was going to say. One other thing. Did you also notice when you were here that there's a lot of dudes who are very, very feminine? Did you notice that?
Yeah. I went from, I think I visited South Korea, Hong Kong, Tokyo, and then Philippines also. And I when I went from Tokyo, I felt like I went to Brokio when they got to the Philippines.
Right.
And I played basketball in Samar and Leyte, and I was actually pulling up people on my phone on the apps, and they were saying, "Hey, this girl doing this girl got a boyfriend." Right. You know? So it was very alarming, and that was one thing I did. I treasured my time spent with the young males more than I did with the two ladies that I saw.
Right.
That gave me more.
Know this. Yeah. The women here have a lot of game, bruh. And the dudes who come here thinking they're gonna finesse these women, you're crazy. You will end up getting finessed yourself. There's a game here that has been handed down from friends to aunties to nieces to cousins to sisters. They all know the game. Whether or not they play it is up to them. But they all know the game, and they know how to get a man, how to finesse a man. And the other thing I want to mention is you will also notice, if you pay attention, you walk around, especially in the malls, you will notice that there's a lot of very feminine dudes. And I'm going to tell you, it absolutely is related. There's a correlation between that and them being raised by a single mom. They might not, some of them are gay, and not that there's anything wrong with it. Some of them are just very, very feminine. It just is what it is. But you'll find that in this culture, there's a lot of very, very feminine dudes out here in the Philippines. Keep that out next time you're here.
I agree, but this is the other side of the game. So if I'm going to Ayala, S&M Robinson Mall, and I'm also seeing some stand-up dudes. You got some short guys, but they not no little cats, you know?
Right.
So and some of them cats ain't being replaced, you know, because I think Filipino men, for the most part, are very well behaved. Right?
Sure.
So no matter whether the spectrum is, whether you're masculine or feminine, but I think those stand-up guys that standing in front of those malls and directing traffic and got the empty rifles with no ammunition, they're not being replaced.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I can see that society unraveling. You know, because I also saw a lot of dyke chicks.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
They're on the police force too. And that's not gonna cut it. Them dyke chicks can't replace real men keeping an orderly society there. So that's why I was saying I think it may be a breaking point where you say, man, it's getting too wild out here. This look like Rio de Janeiro and stuff like that.
Right. I'll say this, bro. I would hate for these people to have to defend themselves against an aggressor. I'll put it that way. On their own, against an aggressor, I would definitely have to displace. I would definitely have to go somewhere else because I would not feel terribly confident. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Obi there, my fellow Detroiter, man. I ain't trying to. Next time I come back to the D, I'm gonna buy you a drink, brother. He one of your moderators, right?
No, he's not a moderator, but he's always on the show, and you can always give a shout out to Obi-Wan on our show. We'll shout him out as well. That's my dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, take care. Now, next time I come, I'm gonna bring you some some Uncle Ben's red beans and rice, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'll take them.
All right.
I will put some shrimp in it. I got some slap your mama. I got man, come on, man. Bring it. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Take care, Frisco Rich, bro.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Deuces. Good call. Good call. Right. Okay. See, I knew that wasn't DG. I knew it. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So, can you read it?
Said, what up, though? From 6+ Southfield. I'm 57, so there's a decade difference. Daisy Dukes came from the show and moved into hip hop, right? Okay, that was a little bit too much for you.
Yeah, I can follow.
Okay.
Okay. So the professor said it's like calling into a radio show trying to win tickets to the concert.
Exactly. You know, that's kind of the thing we want is just to get audience participation in any way possible.
Yes.
We read the comments, people can call in. We just like, we just like to add it to the entertainment value.
LA Detroit said, watching Western movies or TV help with communication, Cheng. Cheng actually knows a lot of references. Good job, Rich. I actually picked up a lot from him. I don't watch a lot of Western movies. I watch Western movies, but not the kind of movies that he watched, because I watch chick flicks and romantic stuff and comedy. But when it comes to movie references, that's him. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of influence on each other.
Diba? My name is not Diba.
Call me Diba one more time.
And anyway, so Stony Island Ranch. Hello, thank you for
What's up,
joining
Stony
us.
Island?
I've seen it and I still lose respect for them, and trust is out of the window.
I hear you. Yep. Let's see. Okay.
DC said, single mothers in the Philippines is no joke. Uncles are critical in the Philippines. Yes, actually, before I met you, I really appreciated the help of my brother and at the same time my dad.
What's your brother's name?
Richard. And you know my dad's name? Is a Tagalog of Richard, Ricardo. So I have 3 Richards in my life. So I think that's where your village comes in. So I really appreciated the help of my dad and my brother for helping
Richard's
me.
good with the boys.
Yeah, good with raising the boys. Yes. So your affirmations daily said boys raised in single mother homes are 70% more likely to be incarcerated. Single father homes are statistically proven to be 80% more successful in raising boys, both boys and girls. Yeah, I think because in society, even before the change in, the society in general, I think for the most part, men are respected, period. Like when growing up, I think we respected dad, and to this day, I'm still
here in the Philippines.
Okay. Yeah, I think for the most part, we respect elders, especially men.
Okay. All right. He said the Philippines and Thailand have a lot of feminine dudes. I absolutely agree. You will see people cross-dressing. You will see complete transes. You will see there's a lot of feminine cats here. I'm just going to say. And if anyone could argue that it has nothing to do with the single parent mom ratio here, I would say you're absolutely crazy. It is. I think it is absolutely related. Absolutely related. Okay, let's see. Okay, you want to read that?
Yeah. Okay. Your affirmations daily. Single fathers raised better kids than single mothers because they try to raise them as traditional possible. Feminism has diluted the essence of traditional.
I absolutely agree, man. I absolutely agree. Caller, what you got?
Yes, me again. One last time, Rich.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to give people a little backstory of me. My parents broke up and divorced when I was 2. So I never knew my father and mother together as a couple. My mother enrolled me in karate and kung fu when I was 7. And then I got into wrestling at 14. Then I played a little football in high school, maybe JV.
Right.
And then I went into the Army and became an Army Ranger. So everything I did was rites of passage because I didn't have that traditional father figure. Love my dad, We made we built a lot of bridges in my older age and made up for a lot of pain and hurt from the years he wasn't there for me. Right? But she understood, much like what Cheng is saying.
I got to get him around.
She knew I needed male role models in my life, and that she couldn't do it all by herself.
Right. Got to get him around.
So a lot of women today don't get that.
Right.
Right now we're having crises. Right now with school kids don't even want to learn in school, and teachers are quitting every day, and kids are wilding out wearing Bonnie hats and underwear and night clothes at school, and it's just crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. Along that point, I remember meeting a woman when I first got here. That woman C, remember the one who did the facials, and she was cute. She was a cute woman, professional. And she was kind of hollering at me a little bit, but she had a boy. She had a son, and he was probably about 7, 8 years old at that time. And she showed me a picture of him. There's no way I would have known it was a boy. Unless I saw his genitalia, there's no way I would have known it was a boy. He looked like a girl. And she thought it was she thought it was cute. She thought it was so cute that her son looked like a girl. And deuces, I'm out. I ain't got time for all that. Yeah,
and they're harming their boy children more than they understand.
They don't know.
Because it's a cruel world out there, and people do not give men breaks.
They don't know.
And when you're soft and you're weak, you get tossed out there to the wolves.
Exactly. Exactly. Appreciate you, brother.
In the West.
Yeah, you ain't lying. In the West is no joke. Here they're very tolerant. I gotta be honest. Here they're extremely tolerant for a culture that is predominantly Catholic. They're extremely tolerant about what's allowed here. I think my mind is open, but their minds are even more open than mine. We'll just leave it that way. But
I had to carry myself so hard.
Yeah.
Rich, I was claimed to have a Napoleon complex because of my height. But it wasn't that. It's just I had to be a hard ass. That's just how it had to be.
Right. Yeah. No, in the West, it would be very tough for you. Very tough. Right.
Yeah, it is. You can't be weak hearted here.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
I'm supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
right, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Carpet Man is from Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah, he's in here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Shreveport. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the bad. We gotta make sure we get all our points in. Let's get to the bad. What's the bad? What's been the bad in the 3 years?
The bad is the communication difference, because even if in my mind this is what I meant, it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to be. The message don't come across, especially when we have a discussion. Sometimes. I'm lost for words, especially because I'm not used to confrontation and all that. But sometimes I have to get around it because we need to discuss difficult topics.
Remember the time you said you thought I should learn Tagalog?
Yeah, that was some stupid thing because I think
that was a long time ago, though.
Yeah,
right?
Hey, no, that was recent.
Yeah, I know. I was giving you some.
Yeah, because we were talking about adjustments, and you told me that I have to better my English, and then I sometimes this is where when you think, even if you think it's right, you don't have to say it. So I said that then what are the adjustments that you're doing to adjust to me, because I'm learning English, I'm improving my English. What are you doing to adjust to me? Right. You should learn Tagalog, I said.
Right.
Yeah, so that was short-sighted of me, but of course I already understand English, so for us to communicate better, I just have to be better at speaking English.
That's the language that we both speak already.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Learning Tagalog, it wouldn't be a terrible thing, but it's not like we're going to converse
in Tagalog.
Exactly. Exactly. So. Anyway,
yeah, and also I think there are small misunderstandings that turn into bigger issues because I think I kind of put 2 and 2 together because sometimes I think you overthink a lot. But you mentioned to me that, well, I have to overthink because there are certain scenarios that you might think it won't happen, but it could happen because I've seen it before. Something like that. But to me, that's just a small.
It can't happen. That won't happen.
Yeah, it's just
That'll never happen.
It's just a small issue. Don't be like don't be too overthinking. And I think that sometimes you just have to be at the present moment. I keep telling you that sometimes we have to just enjoy the moment and not
I agree. But I think you're thinking like a woman, and that's okay. That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. You are a woman. But my job is to protect you. My job is to protect you and the boys. And I have to anticipate what could happen when you do what you're doing. I have to anticipate when I see this dude walking who doesn't look right. I have to watch him. I have to say, look, put your purse on this shoulder, walk closer to me, get on this side of me. I have to do that because you're not doing it. You don't have the ability to do it. Why do I think that way? Because I've been there before. That's that's where experience comes in, and you just got to get on the ride and understand and just understand that he's doing this to protect us. He's doing this to look after us. And you may not understand that in the moment. That's okay. I don't need you to understand it. What I need you to do is understand, is follow my instructions in that moment, because it's for your best interest.
And then when I follow, when we're all together with the boys, when we're together and then they observe you, how you do it. And then when it's just the three of us, they actually do what you show them to do.
Of course they do.
So they observe, and then when it's just the three of us, hey, Nanay, you put your bag here. This is what you would say. So something like that. So I appreciate that, because I thought that they're not looking or they're not listening, but they are.
Now you would walk around corners at nighttime blind, not paying attention, a lot of stuff, because you have this notion, nothing's going to happen to me, nothing. But it happens to people all the time. All the time. Here in the Philippines, it happens. And if I don't protect you, then I'm not doing my job. If I don't protect you or look out or anticipate things, and to anticipate things means you have to have what?
Foresight.
You have to have foresight. And one of us, I'm not going to say which one, but one of us might not necessarily have a lot of foresight. I'm just saying.
I have foresight when I want to.
I hear you. And sometimes that's cool. Sometimes that's cool, but I need to have it all the time for both of us.
I hear you.
For all of us.
You have a tough job, Annie.
It's not an easy job. Not an easy
Tough
job.
to be a man.
It ain't easy sometimes.
Like, how come some women want to be a man so bad?
I don't know. They want to have some sausage like mine.
And also, I think okay, let's read this. Young Fresh said, it's always good, in my opinion, to learn some of the slangs in Filipino. For example, when I think my girl is exaggerating, I say grabe.
Grabe. Yeah, I'll pick that one.
Yeah. And she laughs. I think putting the effort goes a long way. Yeah.
It does. I agree with that. I mean, to learn some slang, to learn, some little sayings or little phrases is a good thing. But to expect me to learn the language and us to converse in that language when you already know the language I speak is kind of asinine.
Yeah. And also, one more thing about the bad, I think tone really matters. Before you said the message is the message, before you say that, but I think tone and intention versus intention, there's a mismatch.
I go back and forth with that.
I think there are certain times or there are certain situations where you need to address matters in certain tones. And then there are certain messages that you think did not effectively went through in certain tones also.
Let me ask you a question, an honest question. If I use a soft tone, if I talk like this to you and I say, come over here, baby, sit on my lap.
I like it sometimes.
You like it. But does it get through?
Yes.
No, stop it.
Sometimes, yes.
Okay.
But also, I have to let you guys understand that I'm speaking for myself and maybe for women in general, not just Filipinas. Filipinas or women don't like a man who is too soft. Don't like a man who doesn't have their own, decision.
Well, luckily that's not me.
Yeah, that's not you. And
I'm sorry. We'll agree to disagree. But something I've learned about you is if I use the soft approach, we will have that same conversation again multiple times. The one thing that I've learned about you, you can tell me if you feel like I'm wrong, is that when I drop that hammer sometimes, it gets through and you don't forget it. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Exactly. We will have the same conversation multiple times. I'm over and over and over again. But when I drop that hammer and I say it in a certain tone, then you remember.
I remember.
Is that wrong or is
It's not wrong.
Okay.
You're correct.
okay?
But sometimes it feels good that you want me to sit on your lap.
Yeah. Sometimes it's cool. It's cool to do it that way. And sometimes we just need to have it done. We don't need to have the same conversation over and over again. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So
where's the poll at?
okay, the poll is respect is now 29%, love is 6%, compatibility 12%, loyalty and trust still winning.
And if you guys are just joining us, jump in on the poll. You can just push 1, 2, 3, or 4 for the poll. And the question, what's the question?
The question is, what matters most after 3 years in a relationship?
Yeah, which one matters the most? I think I would actually say all of the above, but I would say 1 and 4 would matter the most to me. That's what I would think. Anyway.
Okay, so so next, so also, do you ever think that opinions of other people, especially in the comments, affected our relationship? I think in the beginning.
I think they did for you.
Yeah, in the beginning, especially negative comments, and I was like making it personal.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to. I think my skin is thicker now. My skin is thicker.
In my mind, you can't please everybody. My father used to say, no matter what you do, there's 10% of people that they're not going to like you. They're not going to like you. There's nothing you can do about it. You can be as nice to them as you want. You can do everything. They just don't like you for their own reasons. So in my mind, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. If you like me, you like me. And that's cool. And if you don't, it's still cool. I won't lose sleep.
Yeah.
But it's great to be liked. Everybody wants to be liked, but everybody's not going to like you. And I can't worry about what other people think about our relationship.
Absolutely.
I have to worry about what you and I think about our relationship.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. So that's how I look at it.
And sometimes, every moment in front of the camera is, we don't necessarily show. I bet, what?
Speak, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. Finish what you're saying.
I forgot.
You old.
I forgot.
You old, man. Which one? You old man or old woman? I forget.
I am an old
That's
woman.
actually a movie line.
Okay, I don't know that. But anyway.
Glory. Denzel Washington.
Ah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so LA Detroit said, I bet Rich knows the bad words.
I do. I know some bad words.
Yeah. Yes. So DG said, when my wife and I are alone, she speaks Tagalog to me.
Right. Cheng speaks a little Tagalog to me sometimes. She'll throw phrases at me. Some phrases at me. Okay, we'll take this. This is gonna be DG. DG, what's happening?
What's up?
They're Green Wave, not Green.
I first started learning Tagalog because my wife was cussing me out in Tagalog. Baluka na tu. Ask her what that means. She won't tell you. Loosely, it's a racial slur for a black guy.
Okay.
Loosely terminated.
Okay.
But let's see. Dominya ka. Latinas ka.
I don't understand.
Always a cop in there.
What's ka?
Ka? You.
Okay. All right.
You.
Yeah, you.
That means she's sacrificing for you.
Oh, okay.
You're her sacrifice.
Okay. You heard it all, huh?
But yeah, I mean, you just. I'll tell you this. I know a lot more. I've learned a lot more. But I just learned enough that somebody was talking about me. That's all.
Right. Right. I bet you heard it all.
I mean, other than I think you should. I mean, things would go better if you do. I think
it doesn't hurt. It certainly wouldn't hurt. to learn the language as much as possible. But to think that you're going to learn enough of the language to where you could converse better in that language than you do in the language that you both already speak, I don't think that would make sense.
No, and I get your point too. You kind of like language overload now, you know. So I get your point, Rich.
Right. Yeah, but I do try. But I do try to learn Tagalog phrases. I really do. As much as possible. I listen more than she thinks I listen, and I'll test her. You know, run some words by her to see what her reaction is, and so I'm learning slowly. But it's not a high priority for me, to be honest. 3 languages.
I get it.
Is more than
same for me. It wasn't for me. She's my interpreter anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're here for. That's what you're here for.
Because when they get to rattling off, man, that's where they lose me.
Exactly. DG, while I got you on the phone, I really want to say thank you, brother, for the interview you and Randy did.
Thank you.
Man, we had a really good time. The audience loved the interview. Obviously, I don't know if you
we had
comments.
It.
Yeah, we had a fun time, man. You guys are funny as hell. So
Randy was like, man, you got me into this, man. You set me up. I said, hey, man, you my dog. You ride with me all the time.
Exactly.
Man, come on, man.
Exactly. No, we had such a good time, and I hope we get a chance to do that again, brother. It was the audience loved it too.
Thank you, Chad, for the comments. I mean, you guys are wonderful. Thank you.
They were awesome. They were awesome. They always are. They always are. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you, man.
All right, then.
Take care.
Okay. So let's talk about the ugly of the relationship.
Okay.
I think
what's the ugly?
The ugly are times when there's small issues that becomes or turns into something heavy.
Is it the small issues or is it that?
It's a microcosm. Diba? Fairness, not diba? It's a microcosm of what the small issues were in the beginning.
And is it? My thing is going over the same things over and over and over ad nauseum. There's a, because we talk about patience, and I, in my own opinion, you've said it. You said that I'm more patient than I was in the beginning. I think I am. Okay, you say it. Go ahead, spit it out.
I think before, when we're learning each other, you're more patient, but now you're patient. because I understand because I always put myself into your shoes. What if the boys are doing this to me?
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, because I'm like the boys to you. So you keep telling me multiple times and I still don't get it. I do it again.
And then I'll watch you with the boys. I'll watch and you lose patience with the boys. And I'm like, are you not freaking listening to yourself? Right, the same things that you say to me. Well, you could be. I wish you were more patient. Blah blah. And I'm like, and I'll hear you say, but I told you that before. I told you that. You don't remember, and you will get on the boys. The same exact thing for me and you. And I'm like, seriously, you don't listen to yourself.
That's why I said that I always put myself into your shoes. Because sometimes I do that to the boys. I check myself. I check my own self. Yeah, hey, don't be like that. They're boys, they're learning, they're young, and you should be able to handle them with patience.
10 and 15 years old. You should have more patience for them than you would have for somebody who's 40 years old.
And because of that, honey, sometimes I felt like in the past, I felt like, I'm always walking on eggshells because I don't want to commit that mistake. I don't want to frustrate you. I don't want to disappoint you because, if you're that person, if you're the partner who did so many mistakes already, you feel like every time you make a mistake, oh no.
And I think nobody wants to be walking on eggshells. And I don't, is it that, well, in my opinion, I'll just say in my opinion, I don't care about mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's no longer a mistake when you do the same thing the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh time. That's when I start losing patience, and I don't have as much patience as I did before. But I think I have a lot of tolerance for mistakes because we both make mistakes. I make mistakes. I make mistakes often enough too. But the point is, again, when we're having that same conversation that we've had so many times already, and you're still doing the same thing, I lose patience. And to me, I think that's the ugly. That's the ugly.
Yeah, I think so too. And I cannot put it on you when you get frustrated, because that's my own doing. And I think it made you reach to that point, or to that boiling point, because I was doing it a lot of times before. So
when you say a lot of times, what would that be?
More than 5, okay? It's not just 5. It's
and the reason I say that is because I think people have this thing like I'm not patient, but see, they don't understand. They're not behind the cameras. They're not here when the cameras are off to hear the conversations that we've had
multiple times,
so many times already. And we're going through the same thing so many times already. And I think that's what people don't understand. If you're a teacher, you have patience for the student who makes a mistake, who doesn't get it at first. You explain it more, or you might have to explain it or find another way. But when you get to that 5th, 6th, 7th time, even the best teacher loses patience.
That's why I don't rant about my students anymore, right, honey?
No,
because
right. And I used when
you're going to look at me.
You come home and rant to me about your students, about how we won't call them dumb, but how you've had to tell them the same thing over and over again, and I'm looking at you like,
you're just looking at me.
Are you being effing serious? Are you seriously
and then
having this
I'm gonna
conversation?
smile.
Yeah.
Let's end this conversation. It's going back to me. Back to you, Cheng.
I'm just saying. I mean, again.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, that would be the ugly of our relationship, is where I'm cool at first. I'm cool the first couple of times. You can three strikes and you're out. But when you 5th, 6th, and 7th, bruh, I'm human. I'm definitely human.
Yeah, and also, adding to what you said, I think it's me being careful not to create anxiety for you. I think that's also part of the ugly too, because the fear of making mistakes. I don't want to create anxiety. I just want to come here bringing good energy, and sometimes I can't be perfect all the time, even if I try to be the best of myself that day. I still slip, and sometimes that
slip.
Yeah, I think sometimes I made you sensitive to the things that I do sometimes, because it's a build up. It was a build up, and sometimes at certain points
it takes a lot of patience, fellas. Just to summarize that, we're almost out of time, but but in summary, I'm going to say we talk about it ad nauseum, but I don't think you understand until you get into a relationship with somebody from another culture, and especially here, fellas. It takes DG and Randy said it too. It takes a lot of patience. I mean, a lot. It is a relationship here when you're with somebody who doesn't necessarily have the same critical thinking skills, the same analytical thinking skills. It takes a lot of patience, fellas. A lot. And ladies too. It takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, but I think what I really appreciate in this 3 years of relationship is I think, staying together through the uncomfortable moments. I mean, not walking away when it gets hard.
Yeah, you just got to get away from me.
Yeah. So I just need to get away from you. I have to really understand that I really, really need to give you space, especially when we're in a heated discussion. And, I think what I'm really good, or trying to be good at, is to try not to say things even if you think you're right. So don't say stuff. Yeah.
Shout out to you, because that usually doesn't work out very well.
Yeah. So I learned that, sometimes you have your opinions, but it doesn't mean your opinions are correct, or sometimes it didn't really make the situation
make that moment better.
Yeah, it will not make that moment better. It will just add fuel to the fire. So you just have to keep quiet, and when he's ready to listen to you, then that's when you talk about it.
Let's read these last comments and then we'll call it.
Yeah, so the Black Box said, I went to a few Catholic sermons with my ex-Pinay, and from what I seen, they talk more about politics than morals, especially in the U.S.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. But I agree with you. All right, we'll take this last call. Go ahead, Morris.
Hey, yeah. When Cheng was talking about, just being angry. In my marriage, I used to tell my significant other, listen, if I was married, listen, look, I can't talk about it. I can't discuss it with you because right now I'm not in the right frame of mind to discuss it now, and maybe tomorrow. I tell her straight up, damn, I'm not in the right mind. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm disappointed. We could talk about it tomorrow. Or sometimes I tell her, okay, listen, you're not in the right space to talk about this. Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Right. Sometimes you need to. You need to get away. Yeah. Absolutely.
That makes a big difference.
It does, because your mind can clear up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
And that's a major thing in a relationship. You need to come to the discussion with a calm mind.
Right.
And emotions.
No, I think.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Mo.
Blessings, bro. Yeah.
But wait lang, honey.
Go ahead.
I think before you heard me say that I want to handle conflict before the day ends or before we go to bed.
Yeah, you used to always do that.
Yeah, but because what I'm thinking that what if I don't wake up tomorrow and then don't make amends with you?
No, I hear you.
So
you make a valid point. You make a valid point, but there again, there's a balance because do you really want to have that conversation with me right now? Right?
Yeah, I understand. Maybe
I'm not in the right mind frame, and I'm gonna tell you what I really think. Right?
And maybe I'll just give you a few hours.
Yeah.
But we don't. What if you argue at 11 o'clock at night? How many hours are you?
You gotta go home at 11:01.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just saying that's my reasoning behind it. I want to settle it before.
No, I got you, and it makes sense. I mean, it's not an invalid. What you're saying makes a lot of sense.
So. Yeah, so Black Box said, well, like I said earlier, your affirmations daily. So older guys are stuck in their ways and can't bend their old habits, and that leads to failure in relationships.
It matters. It definitely matters.
Yeah.
I actually try to be objective. And I think I'm willing. I think, and you can correct me. I mean, I'm not gonna be bothered. I try to keep an open mind about stuff. I think I'm fairly open-minded. There are certain stuff that I'm going to be very rigid on, and that is who's in charge. And that doesn't mean that I don't include you in the decision making. But when it comes to making decisions, I'm gonna make those decisions. It's not. I'm not going to follow you. I'm never those women who say,
Literally.
"Oh, he should follow me. He should. Why can't he follow me? Why can't?" I'm never going to follow you.
Yeah, because it's a scam. Diba? We tell our audience in the videos that when you come to the Philippines and someone tell you follow me, it's a scam. So you don't also follow me.
Yeah, I'm never going to follow, and not just you, but any woman. I don't care if it's a woman from our own culture. We weren't supposed to follow you guys. Right? We're supposed to lead. That's what you expect from us.
We're the
and the women out there are saying, why can't he follow me? Those women are never going to respect you. They're going to always they're going to always give you grief. They're always going to disrespect. All that stuff, a lot of women don't want to listen. And if I'm in a relationship with a woman who don't want to listen, it's not going to be a relationship for very long. What was that? It ain't going to be a relationship for very long. Yeah.
Okay, so
but I'm always going to listen to you. But as far as me following you and me,
it doesn't mean you listen, but doesn't mean you follow.
Yeah.
So Young Fresh said, "Sige, sige" is my favorite term to use with my girl, or say "na lang." I say "na lang" a lot of a lot, and of course, I call her Langa. Okay, Langa is like a dialect in your province. It's mean my love.
Okay, you know some.
So
Shit, right?
okay.
Okay.
So Professor said, funny how Cheng used common phrase foreigners use, but most foreigners don't use Filipinos phrases. Yeah. Yeah, I picked up.
Yeah.
Like a sponge or like a parrot sometimes. So, diba, Slick Rick, my favorite to Pinay asawas teach me some.
Yeah. I that's a thing between us
Yeah.
is she'll always say Deba.
Diba?
And like that's my name, and my name is not Deba.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So you'll hear her say that sometimes. Anyway, you know this has been our. I hope you guys got something out of it. The objective of this live stream wasn't to rip Cheng or rip Filipinas, or vice versa, but just to let you guys know that it's not easy. And sometimes we get along really well on camera. Most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time we get on pretty good on camera and off. But we have our moments. Believe it. We have our moments where we clash and where we. I need to say, look, you got to go. You got to go because I'm not doing this for the umpteenth time. And that's usually the issue between us. It's something that has happened over and over and over again, and we're dealing with it again. And I have less patience, but.
But overall,
Or lack of accountability. I think those would be the two. Those would be the two things. Yeah.
And I think
I use different words.
But overall, I think that I would stick to what DG said in the interview, that everything worth having is worth fighting for. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna thank myself for being stubborn and fighting, because if I did, thank you, Anya, happy anniversary, thank you, and I really thank you for being tough, because I think I needed that too.
You did need it. Most women need it, but they don't want. But most women aren't receptive. They're not going to listen. They think they know it all. But luckily, you're not that way most of the majority of the time, and you're open to listening and understanding that you might be in a relationship with somebody who has a lot more knowledge and experience in certain areas than you do. In certain areas.
Yeah, and with the change in social media, with the change of the society nowadays, that women always think that it's always greener. They think that it's greener on the other side of the fence.
Right.
I think that a lot of people, not just for women, should be blessed, or if they look at it as a blessing, that they have someone that really looks after them. They have someone that, do those things without them being asked, and doing those little sacrifices, even if it means nothing to the other person. It's a lot. And I think you have to appreciate what you really have for you to be able to be willing to grow in the relationship as well. So I think there needs to be contentment with.
I think so too. So to end this live stream, I will say this, and I'll say it respectfully. To those of you out there who criticize me for being too tough on Cheng, I'm not worried about what y'all think. Respectfully, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I'm not worried about what y'all think. The only person I have to answer to is her. And if she says, look, I need you to be tough sometimes, I might not like it in the moment, but I need you to be tough because I need to learn this, I need to learn that, then look, that's me. That's how I am sometimes. I have my soft moments. I have good soft moments.
You do.
But I am who I am, and that might not be you, and it might not work for you. That's okay. Find out what works for you. Find your own dynamic in your own relationship. But for those of you who are worried about how I treat Cheng or how I talk to Cheng, if she's not worried about it, then why should you?
Yeah, I think not everything that we show on camera is what our relationship is behind the camera. So, you get it?
I have no idea what you just
said. So a lot of times we show you what we want to show you, but that doesn't mean that that's us behind the camera.
Yeah, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, and sometimes behind the camera it's ugly. It is what it is, but how is that different than any other relationship out there? It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
That's it. All right, you guys, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you again for the super chat. We definitely appreciate that always for you guys joining us. You guys supporting our channel by commenting. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, like the videos, and what else?
And become a member of the Rich Rich Abroad community, because we have members first videos, whether it's a long content and shorts, you get to see it first before everybody else.
Usually about 6, 8, 12 hours before other people get to see it, right?
That's right.
You see the video first, comment on it first. I guess you get first access to Cheng's dumb trivia question, which is never difficult.
What?
But which is never difficult.
Oh, anyway. Some of the guys who are in a winning streak lost in the last.
Somebody lost. I thought the last one was easy, but someone said it's.
Yeah, they don't know it. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys. Seriously, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't do this. It wouldn't be nearly as fun as it is for us if you guys didn't make it that way. Shout out again to DG. Shout out to Miss Evelyn, his wife. Shout out to
Randy and
Charito, his wife. We really appreciate the time we got to spend with them. And looking forward to the time that we get to spend with some of the others subscribers that are coming here. I think DC is coming here in June. And somebody who just said Young Fresh is going to be here. And also Sting Shag is supposed to be coming back. So, yeah. So that's what makes it worthwhile. Thank you guys. We love you guys. And don't forget, when you come out here to the Philippines or when you're at home, lead with your character,
not with your cash. Thank you so much, Slick Rick, for the work you put in today. I know you're double multitasking.
Yeah, did the Giants win?
Yeah, not yet.
I'm about to see it.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Deuces. What, you got some else?
Yeah, 3 years of us and 3 years in YouTube.
Give me my sugar.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Love you guys. Deuces.
We're out.